with you, be like, what do you even know? What do you care or not care? Or like, what, I'm very curious what your like what's gotten in your head about Megalo, like what you've actually just through living, and not seeing it
What my
yet. So
Megalopolis knowledge is.
yeah, give me like what information you have and whether you're excited, not excited, that kind of stuff.
And with that,
But
we have begun. The record button has been pushed, as the viewers at home have heard what your burning Megalopolis questions are for me. So hey everybody, this is Multiversal Archivist coming at you with another commentary with good friend of the table of the channel, Megalopolis expert himself, David, who wants to
hello
know
everyone.
exactly what my knowledge is on Megalopolis, which is F all, because you told me about Shia LaBeouf, but I forgot about that. Don't remind me, because if I
I
remember, it's quite hilarious. I know Aubrey Plaza's in it, and I read the little excerpt that was in the version of it that we're watching. Genius artist Caesar Catalina seeks to leap the city of New Rome into a utopian, idealistic future, while his opposition, Mayor Franklin Cicero, remains committed to a regressive status quo, perpetuating greed, special interests, and partisan warfare. Torn between them is socialite Julia Cicero, the mayor's daughter, who loves for Caesar, has divided her loyalty, forcing her to discover what she truly believes humanity deserves. I will say
um,
that is a very grandiose um, description of this movie for what sounds like something that should just be a rom com about a artist going up against his city for
yeah,
control of what the special interests are.
if you cut a lot of the yeah, like grandiose like verbiage talking about it, yeah, it does just seem like, oh, he's like an artist and the mayor's daughter gets into him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
it just
That
sounds like a
seems like
rom com about an artist who happens to, I guess, want to paint something that the city doesn't like, and has to like butt heads with him
yeah.
while falling in love with his daughter.
Yeah, like that description, even though yeah, like it's very, they make it very flowery, but it could also just be a Hallmark movie. Like, if the daughter was played by Gretchen from Mean Girls,
Mm-hmm.
it would just be, you know, uh
Who is currently cleaning up as in the Hot Frosty movie. Everybody go watch
yes,
Hot
yes, yes, with,
Frosty.
future episode Hot Frosty, I feel, because yeah,
Don't
that one I'm very intrigued by. Um,
Future episode Red One. We could just spend the whole entire time talking about Hot Frosty instead.
we'll have a double feature of Christmas movies.
we'll, we'll watch
I'm
them
happy
both
there's at least
together.
two Christmas movies. That's a good like development.
Well, that they're actually like movies. Well, I guess technically Hot Frosty doesn't count as like a movie that's actually coming out into theaters, because you can't say that there aren't any Christmas movies at all, because Hallmark basically makes their all their money for the year off of their Hallmark Christmas movies. Um, so we've never not had Christmas movies, but it is kind of interesting that we're getting like another like major release IMAX theater Christmas movie, even though nobody wants to go see it.
Yeah, it's underperforming, which is a bummer because I feel like I don't know, man. I think they tried Disney did that Nutcracker and the Four Realms movie a couple years ago and
Mm-hmm.
nobody went out for it. I kind of miss or maybe it's just because there's not very many good ones at the moment, but I feel like uh there should be room in America's heart for a like large budget Christmas bonanza type thing.
I
Because
guess
that
there
Klaus,
technically
yeah.
has been, because there was that David Harbour one.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. The Violent Night.
Yeah,
There was that
where
one.
he's Santa Claus, but he's doing Die Hard,
Yeah, yeah.
which is not a
And
bad
the
movie. It's not a
no,
great
no.
movie, but it's not a bad movie either.
And then yeah, yeah, yeah. John Woo's Quiet Night or
Mm-hmm.
what? Silent Night. Yeah, yeah.
Which isn't really good. I saw that one.
Yeah. So I guess there is still an influx of Christmas movies making money. The Krampus from 10 years ago at
Mm.
this point.
One of my
who I believe appears in Red One, the figure.
yes, yeah, I think that's who they fight at the end. The Rock versus
Yeah.
Krampus.
Oh, and there's that the Jack Black one is coming up, the Dear Satan, where it's the kid accidentally sends his letter to Satan, not Santa, played by Jack Black.
Yes.
That's some kind of raunchy comedy from the Farrelly brothers. So
Mm.
okay, maybe I'm underselling that. Christmas movies are pretty as wild as they've ever been. But
Now, let me ask
um,
you this: that
Megalopolis spoilers is kind of a New Year's movie, so
oh,
you're gonna see.
really?
Yeah, so this actually we might. I just remembered that, so we might be getting in the holiday spirit towards the end.
Fun. That is legitimately kind of amusing. My copy is 2 hours and 18 minutes. Is that right?
Mine is also on the dot, 2 hours and 18 minutes,
Okay.
and I'm at 0000, so that's good to go. But yeah, I'm glad you gave your that what you know is fuck all. This is one more thing before we get into it about Megalopolis itself, which is what kind of fascinates me is the movie came out in 2024, and you yourself just rewatched Dune Part 2, which you ran out to the theaters for.
Mm-hmm.
Furiosa, which nobody really ran out to the theaters for, but was at least like hyped as a big sci-fi extravaganza.
Yep.
I think as we watch, I'm kind of curious as to like why this one was, a little more rejected
Was it a
than the other.
megaflopolis? Is that what the
It
kids say?
was, but since the director, Francis Ford Coppola of The Godfather and Apocalypse Now, he was financing this out of pocket. Like this was his big passion project of like he started writing this around the time of Apocalypse Now. This was supposed to be like his big one. But he's like a wine baron. He sells that Coppola brand wine, and he like sold
Mm.
off big chunks of the vineyard to like get the 100 million budget to finance this.
Holy cow! Did
Uh,
you?
so
Do you?
so it
Let
was
me
a
ask
flop
you.
list, but it wasn't really intended to ever, like it was a purely for him kind of movie. But I'm also curious why it wouldn't have crossover appeal, so we'll try to figure that out as we go through.
Let me ask you
But
this then, before we get into it. A,
mhm.
do you find the synopsis accurate to what the movie is?
uh, yes, mostly, kind of. Sometimes it's tough. It's
Okay.
it's in the
Okay.
same way, you know, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, that synopsis fits both the movie and the show, but it doesn't quite get at, the differences between them, I
Mm.
guess. Like
Okay.
that kind of thing. But I would say by and large that's what's going on, but we'll find out as we go because I might have some quibbles with how they're like presenting it. We'll
What
find out.
do you ultimately like this movie?
That's a tough one.
Okay.
I was like, uh, going in, I tend to like these big, zany, like going for broke kind of artist passion projects.
Mhm. Mhm.
I know a couple people are like, oh, this is an overlooked masterpiece, but I think also some of that is people hedging their bets a little bit because a lot of the time Francis Ford Coppola makes movies that people don't like at the time but kind of grow on you, like the one from the heart and the Winona Ryder Dracula with Gary Oldman he made. Like those were kind of mixed reviews, but they've grown in estimation. So I feel
Wait,
in a lot
Francis
of
Ford
the
Coppola made Bram Stoker's Dracula?
he did indeed, and you'll actually
Whoa.
see a lot of that aesthetic in this one sometimes, and also the Star Wars prequels, kind of mixed together. Um, So like there is this kind of like, oh, I don't want to be the guy who's on the wrong side of history. If I
Mm.
didn't like this movie and 10 years later everyone's,
Gotcha.
talking it's the talk of the town. But I will say, at the end of the day, I just gotta be me,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
just be honest. And there's a lot I really like, maybe even love in this movie. There's a lot I'm struggling with, so I cannot be like fully on the like let's reclaim this train at the moment. We'll see. Maybe this rewatch will bring me around. I will say though, I saw this in the theater with two buddies who were very inclined to like this kind of wackadoo, almost invisible kind of stuff.
Mhm.
and we had a delightful time. So I will say that kind of puts it in the upper tier
Is
of
it is
movies
it
that
a
we've
it's a
seen.
good movie to watch with somebody by the
I,
sounds of it
I, I
then.
think so, which is why I was proposing this, and also because I would like to see you as someone who doesn't know much about what's going on with in this film,
No.
sort of
Like I
figure it
legitimately
out as we go, figure it out on the way, as Lizzie McGuire says in the theme song
mm. All right.
to her show. All
Funny
right.
enough that you mentioned Lizzie McGuire, given I do know one thing about this. The only other thing I know about this movie is there's a certain person in it who is not in Lizzie McGuire, but is in Lizzie McGuire adjacent things, and
Yes, yes, yes.
that is Mr. LaBouffe himself, who
This is Disney Channel royalty, the now beloved man Shia LaBeouf.
has he switched around to being beloved again, or is that is
I don't think so. I was just being sarcastic. I think he's still on the do not fly
is
list.
he still with
As
Mia Goth? Because that would probably incline people to and either be happier about him or not.
I believe so. I believe they are still a happy couple, which good on them. Their love has survived.
Good on him. I don't know about good on her. I think she could do
Yeah,
better
yeah,
than he
that
is.
that I'm doing the iffy hand motion. You can't see it because it's audio.
All right, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna go ahead and press play. I am sick. If you haven't already been able to tell, I'm doing fine. Thank you for all our millions of watchers who are going to be concerned about me. But
I
if I
mean,
suddenly go mute, it's because I either laughed or David said something that made me laugh hard enough to make me go into a coughing fit, and nobody wants to hear
aw.
that. So
And,
if
and to be clear, he begged me to reschedule, and I said, "No, no, we're doing this hell
oh
or
yeah,
high water. I don't care if you're puking your guts out.
David
We're
is
doing this
a
commentary."
if there's one thing you know about Zombie David is he is a vicious taskmaster,
A
always cracking
cruel
the
taskmaster, very
whip.
much so.
But yeah, so if I suddenly
Mm.
go mute, even like in mid sentence, I will come back in a minute and explain what I was trying to explain. This copy has no ads, so be aware of that if you are watching it with ads. And we are just going to go ahead and start. I look
Yep,
forward to finding out to megalopolopoling.
yep, yep, we're gonna Megan Mullalyopolis it
All
up in
right, you
here.
want to count us down to? We'll do it on zero.
Yep, I'm at 0000. The Madman logo is in front of my face.
Okay, count us down,
Uh,
my friend.
and we're gonna go 3, 2, 1, go, and on go, hit play.
All right.
3, 2, 1, go. Whoa, it poofed.
Ooh, it did poof.
All right. Oh, American Zoetrope again, company that brought us Godfather, Apocalypse Now,
Good for them.
Francis Ford Coppola's Bram Stoker's Dracula. Now we're getting another uh, Coppola masterpiece. All right, good stuff. Statues ticking. Empire State Building. All right. Well, there's our boy.
Adam Driver.
Yep. Beloved. See, he's beloved and still beloved.
Hey,
I don't think he's not quite lost the you know, everyone is still charmed by that dude.
don't do it, Adam Driver. You
Yeah,
only
this
have
is
to do one movie with Shia LaBeouf.
aw. Hey, maybe they're gonna be the new like De Niro and Pesci. They're gonna just do a bunch together.
I'd
We'll
watch
get like
a. You say you didn't mean to do this, but a Casino Row remake with Adam Driver and Shia LaBeouf as Chip Pesci and De Niro
I would
sounds
I would
hilarious.
fit. Pesci, yeah, yeah. Shia LaBeouf would be a good Joe Pesci, being that he's bit of a psycho
Imagine that
from
dude with his, because you know he does the beard nowadays, but he's got the beard and he's in the desert screaming
yeah,
about
yeah, yeah.
whatever shit Pesci's screaming about in that movie.
Only exists out here because of me, but with yeah. Now I don't know if you saw, but he stopped time there.
Yes, I heard him say "stop time" very loudly.
And he snaps his fingers and them cars are going again.
So he
So
has magic powers.
looks like it. He may very well. So see, he wasn't gonna off himself. That was like a test of his time stopping abilities. Oh, oh,
A fable.
yeah. So just so you know,
Just so you know, the events of this movie are not true.
yeah. Don't take it literally. There's planet Earth in all its beauty. And there's a what looks like it might be a Soviet satellite because it's got the hammer and sickle
And it
on there.
very much looks like Sputnik.
Yep, yep. And it's kind of old, so it lets you know this is perhaps some distance in the future. Yeah, yeah, the third millennium of the 21st century. Now we're clubbing with Natalie Emmanuel of the Fast and the Furious and the Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah,
Yep. And looks like she's partying.
as one does
Yep.
in New Rome.
Yeah, yeah. Like we, yeah, yeah. See, this is letting us know. So far, how you feeling, Tanner? You understanding what's
This is the
going on?
strangest shit.
There's a lot of ladies enjoying
But
each
I
other's
can I
company.
can dig it. New
Yeah,
Rome
yeah,
is a hedonistic
yeah,
area.
yeah. Everybody's biting each
People
other.
are biting each other, licking drugs off of each other.
I believe that was our boy Shia LaBeouf there for a hot second. There he is.
Dude, he has gotten old in the face. Whoa, he's got a rat tail.
Yep, yep. He's a Jedi Padawan, unfortunately, but he's also dressed like a street magician, a David Blaine type.
Honestly, the
Oh,
fedora was better. Ah, I forgot he was
yeah,
in this. Giancarlo.
he's the mayor and she's his wild daughter. He
Ah,
looks
so
pretty
he's the
comfy.
bad guy.
He's the wicked mayor. And yeah, since you're sick, I'm sure you would enjoy that bathrobe he's got on.
Yeah,
It's
the bathrobe did look nice. I got slippers for the first time
oh rad.
because I
So
finally was like, I'm old enough. I can be an old man and have slippers. So I got some dad slippers. I've never known such comforts. They have fuzzy
no,
insides.
you've earned it. Yeah, yeah. Once you're a dad, and then yeah, on top of that, one of your first sick days with the slippers. That's a good
Mm-hmm.
feeling. Nope, they're demolishing this building. Oh, he's stopping time again.
I guess she can see the time stoppiness.
Yeah, she knows what's up.
Actually, I will say I am actually much more into this than I thought I would be.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering about that, and it sells pretty early on, being like, hey man, you're at
Wait,
least
is that
gonna.
is that Lawrence Fishburne?
It is. He's also the narrator that you've been hearing.
Oh,
And behind him, you see old Jason Schwartzman there, the Spot himself, as this weirdo. Asteroid City's own Jason Schwartzman, but he's not got his beard. Gideon Graves himself. Oh, the miracle building material.
God, they never can figure out. They will never figure out a good way of naming minerals, will they?
Yeah, yeah, they're calling it.
Unobtainium, megalon.
Yep. Now, Megalon, I gotta say, is the name of a monster from the Godzilla movies. Megalon, he's a big bug with like drills for hands. So that's all I could think of during
Mm-hmm.
this film. Um, the beloved kaiju Megalon is all I'm thinking of.
Dude, I kind of love this so far.
Oh,
It's like a mix of a Shakespeare play, but set in Rome, but it's modern Rome, but it's also not Rome. It's New York City. It's
yeah,
fucking
like
weird as shit in like the best way.
for sure. Because yeah, you're getting the family drama, and then it's also a weird sci-fi fantastical thing where yeah, it looks like it's New York, but at this point in society, we've just regressed to just like, hey, let's just remake Rome, like is
Yeah,
the fashion of the times. And we got our Aubrey Plaza here as. Do you know her character's name?
you told me it, but I've already forgotten it. Is that wait?
It's
Is she called the Money Bunny?
that is indeed her like news show, the news segment. Yeah, she is the Money
That's
Bunny.
amazing.
And underneath you can see it in the bottom right, bottom left corner. She is WoW Platinum. Is her? Oh, and here's John Voight, Anaconda Zone. John Voight. Oh no.
Ah, incest. Yep, this is
Yeah,
Rome.
yeah.
When in
And
Rome, as they say.
yeah. No, where this is a very hedonistic society. And Shia LaBeouf's just shrugging it off, doing weird dances.
As a self-identified heathen, I approve.
You approve of what he's up to.
Not of what he's up to. I approve of the. I improve of the hedonistic city.
All
I
right,
can
that
never
you're on
approve
board.
of what Shia LaBeouf is doing by on principle.
No, you just have to innately think that ain't right.
Yep.
He's unveiling a fun casino.
Ooh, I love the way he said electronic.
Electronic. Oh, and there's Dustin Hoffman wearing his robe. They all look like Sin City villains, like bad.
Dude, what is going on with Shia LaBeouf's hair in these scenes?
It's not pleasant to look at. He's not. I'm not digging his haircut or his grooming. Not to be mean. They're trying to do a little bit of a Goofus and Gallant because I believe they're cousins. Him and
Him and
Adam Driver.
Adam Driver.
Yeah, and Adam Driver. A little more dapper. Seems to be better with the ladies. See, you said Shakespeare, and now he's Shakespeareing it up. He's to be or not to being. Already just showing up the mayor at his own unveiling. That's
Absolutely.
not good form, man.
He's Bruce Wayne. He could do what he wants.
He is. He's pulling a Bruce Wayne. He should be Owlman in a sequel to the Rob
Oh
Pattinson
man.
Batman, and have him
Ooh.
be alternate reality evil
Evil
Bruce Wayne.
Batman. Oh, he would be a very good. Who would you get? I've been a fan of the idea of Alan Richardson as Batman. He's floated it a couple times. He doesn't have the right hair for it, but I would love to
Yeah,
see a Batman that has like that kind of body type and physicality. And you pair him with
that'd
somebody
be wild.
like an Adam Driver, like a really lean owl man. That would be something.
Yeah. I'm thinking, and this is essentially like Gotham City. What we're looking at here is a. So this is his demo reel for being Owlman. He's given the whole to be or not to be speech, by
I
the
gotta
way.
say that
Like,
is
we
this
are
is
not.
one long ass
He's
Shakespeare.
not. He's not like abbreviating it or paraphrasing.
I love these like showgirls. That's just I guess they're the entourage of the mayor's daughter, but I like to
They're
think he could
clearly like.
Dracula bride them as well.
I mean, yeah. That's again, or you can tell that there's some Bram Stoker's Dracula in here. Like there definitely are a little bit of the Brides of Dracula, the Peanut Gallery. Oh, oh, here's his journal of wondrous things. Uh-oh. Oh, we're getting a little of the philosophical differences here. The Megalon man is unsafe.
We can't use a
It's just
giant. We can't use a giant shark, man. That's not how it works.
you know,
Can't use the
yeah,
Meg.
yeah.
Jason
The
Statham will be
Megalodon,
mad.
the Shark Attack 3, the Megalodon. Oh, humanity, look, is a tree, and there's been some good branches, some bad branches, and we're not here to discuss trees, man. I do like that Aubrey Plaza keeps gesturing to her cameraman to like cut closer, do this, do that, but he's not doing anything.
Nope,
He's
he
just kind of still
refuses.
keeping it in the same spot. Oh, he's the chief slumlord.
Oh dang!
Yeah, they're gonna have a showdown on this
The
catwalk. This
Batman
is
and the
very
mayor are about to fight.
exactly. This is very Batman on a.
That guy behind him even kind of looks like a Commissioner Gordon type.
Yep, yep. Oh, Sunny Hope. Is she the plastic girder somewhere in that megalon? Another great name, Sunny Hope.
Yes,
Sunny Hope, Money Bunny,
Money Bunny.
Caesar Catalina. Ooh. No, they're fighting for the key to the city.
God, this is so Batman-y and or like cartoony, however you'd want to describe it. But
No, no, for sure. I would, and specifically, like we're talking like Batman Forever, Batman and Robin,
yeah,
kind
like
of.
old Batman
Yeah,
when they still allowed Gotham City to look like a fucking like it
to
came out
look
of a
free.
comic book.
Yeah, and wasn't there even some kind of what's her name, Summer Gleason or so? She shows up in those those
Yeah.
there's some kind of like I'm a wacky reporter type character. No, now we're getting a fashion show. Project Runway.
My only complaint so far is that
Hmm.
I don't love the insistence on the Megalon thing. It makes it just
Yes,
a bit too.
much like Unobtainium. You got
Yeah,
like
well, like I think it would have worked just as well if he just wanted to do more art in the city and like it didn't have
yeah,
some kind of miracle thing associated
yes.
with it.
I agree because this is kind of movie all about how he's like a crazy dreamer who's like the future and Giancarlo is stuck in the past and we should have just watched him like dream up amazing stuff but
Yeah,
it's
like
he
he
has
didn't
this
need some kind of
invention.
futuristic miracle construction blah blah blah. He should have just been like, "Well, I have a dream for this city. Art
No, I
everywhere
agree.
and
The Megalon is too much of like I got an invention, she and nobody listens to me about my
yeah, exactly. It's just too much of a it's just too little too fantastic. Is that Aubrey Plaza?
It is Aubrey Plus
God
doing
dang.
her pose.
I love how he wears a cloak.
Yeah, everyone here has these like Dracula capes, which is kind
I
of
saw a
amazing.
video. It's funny because I saw a commercial like 2 days ago about for a cloak
Hmm.
manufacturer, like somebody, and they were like, "We're bringing
Ooh,
cloaks back."
They're trying to make
Where
cloaks.
why did cloaks ever go away? Cloaks, everybody
Mhm.
should have a cloak. And maybe it's because they watched Megalopolis that they thought that
Maybe,
was
and
the
they're
right
like,
way to.
oh, fashion trends are clearly going. We're pro cloak now.
Yeah.
It might also be because, okay, here's my theory. Shia LaBeouf looks like kind of a scuzzy Chris Angel magician, and I think we're trying to show that, Adam Driver is a classier old school magician with the cape. That's my take on the cloaks in this movie. This is like a Now You See Me
Now
of
you
the
don't.
future. Yeah, yeah, where it's all the different kinds of magicians battling it out. I'm not the. This
Adam
is me
Driver,
ripping
how
off.
can you have any conversation right now? Aubrey Plaza is.
Is down to clown, but he's
Yeah,
just like, oh, we gotta.
I would have already been in on that. I would not have.
He's just
Megalopolis would not have stopped me.
this guy is not. He's in a room with a very down to fool around Aubrey Plaza, and he's like, no, I got to give my speeches about how important the future and dreaming is.
And who is telling him she is oral as hell.
Yep, and he's just kind of like, oh, whatever. He's
He's an
not
artiste.
he's not very happy, in this mistress relationship, and she's trying to climb up the power ladder. Oh, and she's bidding him to step on her. All right, we're finally doing. No, we're not. He's still kind of like, I don't know, man.
Adam Driver, focus on Aubrey Plaza.
He's thinking about the Megalon too hard,
I
Tanner.
know.
He's got more important things to worry about, like Megalon.
The Meg can wait. It's a giant shark. It's not going anywhere. Oh, girl.
If this was a shark-powered city, that'd
Oh,
be kind of
honey.
cool. Oh, wow, Platinum.
It's just. It doesn't even sound like you're saying a name when you do it that way, too. Oh, wow, Platinum. You could be talking about how much you love Platinum.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, but see, he's dreaming about his lost love there, Sunny Hope. That's part of it. He can't commit. I I cannot believe this. He's rejecting Aubrey
And that
Plaza.
woman doesn't even look all that hot, Caesar.
Oh, you're dissing his dead
Well, all
love.
we keep seeing her is in Blueface, so it's very hard to
That's true. We're not
determine.
getting the where she. So if someone like showed you this beautiful black and white photo of their dead wife, you'd be like,
No,
"Bro,
I don't mind the black and
she's
white
not even
because
that
it's
hot,
it's
man."
easier to see, but blue is not a flattering picture motif for
That's true.
anybody. Remember the Navies and their red eyes? That's what happens when you do Blueface.
That's true. No, no,
Yep.
no. And with the and you know what? Unobtainium Megalon. We're
Yep.
drawing comparisons here. His wife there is what's that character? Neytiri? Is that the Zoe Saldana Navi?
Oh, he's a doctor too.
Yeah, he's
And yes,
everything.
it was Nate Terry.
He's a genius, a doctor, an artist, a political force. And look, now we're gonna see his studio there. Hey, our boy.
His Alfred.
It is his Alfred. It's your father's
Lawrence
car.
Fishburne would actually make a good Alfred.
He would.
But I guess you have to make it British. It has to be Alfred has to be British. Well, wait, is Andy Serkis British?
I believe so.
Okay.
Or at least a New Zealander or an Australian. I might just be thinking that because he is English. Okay, I'm not racist. Andy Serkis. But isn't there some like alternate Earth Alfred where he's just like a mechanic or something? Like some streetwise mechanic. So
I
it could be
mean,
that.
if there are so many alternate Earths out there.
Some Elseworlds,
Yeah,
Alfred.
I was about to say if you would be poking the bear on that one.
So this movie was a megaflopolis, but has actually gotten a second life among Gen Z people on TikTok.
Mm-hmm.
So this scene gets memed a lot. Uh, so you know what? It's again how you can never tell, where the winds will blow because
Right,
suddenly
right.
like everyone's like, oh, there's this young people are like, oh, there's this weird movie where Adam Driver's this like hot guy who says confusing things and I'm all about it. So already we're Megalopolis is regrowing
Just like Megalodon.
like the Megalon. The Megalodon does itself.
Megalod sounds like something that a Sonic villain or that Dr. Eggman would be hunting for.
Yeah,
You need
that's
to
like a
find the
robot.
Megalon.
Yeah, it's a dark chaos emerald
Yeah.
or what? A corrupted chaos emerald called the Megalon. Those grapes look pretty good.
Damn right they do.
He's having a good breakfast. Oh, she wants to be the Statue of Liberty. This is very, flirty banter here. Have I read to you Hunter S. Thompson's Breakfast?
No.
So Hunter S. Thompson, the Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas dude,
Mm-hmm.
had a morning routine. Uh, Hold on, we're getting to the best part here. I think so, where he's gonna say the line. This is like the movies, frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn, or like May the Force be with you, like the most iconic line.
She sold it when she dropped out to buy drugs.
My Emersonian mind. Here we go. Yay! That was it. Go back to the club.
Dude, I am. This is very good.
Thank you. I'm glad we're in agreement. There's something there's something to this movie. Ooh. The subtitle said intriguing music playing.
Oh yeah. When I was watching Dune last night, I the subtitles were clearly made by this. Clearly, you could tell this was a WB flick
Yeah,
because
yeah.
it said dramatic lamentation music instead of
Mm-hmm.
ancient
Mm-hmm.
lamentation music.
Oh, yep. As
It's
soon as you
like
see lamentation music, you're like, oh, that's a Warner Brothers
yeah,
production.
they love their lamentation music.
Whoever's making the subtitles for their blockbusters really likes the word lamentation. Uh-oh, it's Caesar and the offspring of Caesar's opposition. But
Oh, he likes her.
Lawrence Fishburne's like, I like her. She's all right. Well, this is the best part that this is his like artist's sanctuary, and it's like Uh,
Looks like the set from Big.
exactly. Like it's just some goofy, like, oh, it's a kid's paradise. And it's like Beekman's World or Bill Nye, like just a wacky lab with like pipe cleaners and toilet paper rolls. And she's enchanted. She's like, wow, this is truly magical. This like this kid's science fair project. You've
You know what I think the problem is of this movie?
Yeah, yeah.
I think it's too big for its britches.
It's very big. Like it is doing everything. Look, she's even like visualizing the city
Yeah,
she's
like
walking
I
around.
think it tries to be too grandiose for its
Yeah, I
own.
mean,
It's its own worst enemy. I think is kind of what I'm
yes,
leaning
because it is
towards.
like no, this is like about art and society and politics and buildings, and it's him kind of he's an old man now. He's in his 80s. I think it's just him just being like, look, man, I'm trying to pass on all the wisdom I've learned.
Right, right.
See, this stuff I'm a little iffy on because it kind of looks like a commercial for like a depression
Actually,
medicine.
it looks like you made fun of it earlier, but it literally looks like something you'd watch in fifth grade science class. Like
Very
somebody's
much
walking
so.
through a rainforest, or
This is
like
teaching you about
telling you about the immune system by giving you
yep, yep.
weird CGI walkthroughs
Yeah,
of it.
this is how white blood cells work, or
Yeah,
this is how
exactly.
we're gonna learn about photosynthesis
Yep,
today. Very much so, and yeah, she's like the celebrity host of the videotape you'd watch in a
a hundred
science class.
percent.
Mhm. But see, I like once we're out of the cartoon world. This is
Oh,
cool again.
the Joker's about to attack.
Exactly, he's attacking the mayor's funeral or whatever.
Like, and I think the themes work. Like, I do love that this idea of Giancarlo as the evil mayor who wants to bring like gambling and wealth and commerce, and the other guy
Yeah,
is
like,
like, I want to make the city an artistic paradise because
yeah, turn.
it'll somehow retroactively make everybody into a utopia because art is the key to unlocking like peace and all that shit. And like I
Yeah, that
like
like
the mayor's daughter having like a intriguing and her being a little bit of a spoiled brat who gets
yeah, but
caught
she's
up
kind of
in shit.
falling for him. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just
Well,
the other part of it where the dude's stopping time and
yeah, the sci-fi elements you're less into, kind of,
yeah,
is like,
it doesn't
yeah.
that's where it gets too big for its
Mhm.
own britches.
I kind of agree. Like, if it had just kept it like it would still be like this future world, but if you kept it more down to earth, I think it would be a better. Like the crazier stuff, I kind of wish was crazier than it is because it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, it
or
just
go
kind of
all
looks
in on
like
it maybe
yeah,
even.
yeah.
Yeah, like you said.
Yeah, either go all in on it, but I honestly, yeah, like when it's just this stuff and it is kind of a Gotham City where it just kind of looks like our world, but it's a little, a
Mhm.
little wackier and more decadent. I'm into. And this is kind of Watchmen-ish. Like you got this guy reading the paper
Yeah,
and
again,
talking to kids. Yeah,
it
yeah.
almost is very comic booky in a lot of ways.
Mhm. And yeah, yeah. But then now we're back to him with his
Oh
magical,
my god, look at this thing. This thing
his magical
cannot with
tinkering.
this Megalon. Sounds like a
And again,
Transformer
Sonic.
villain.
No, no, for sure. It looks like the Allspark.
Megatron's little brother or
Yeah.
Megatron's son. Megalon.
Yeah, Megalon would be like Bowser Jr. We got a
Yeah.
Megatron Jr. here. No, it should be voiced by Steve Buscemi, like in the Revenge of the Fallen, that like horny robot, the little one,
Yeah.
who's like, hey, figure this out, buddy, whatever. And yes, to your point about Sonic the Hedgehog, it does also look like something you'd grab at the end of a boss in
Exactly.
Sonic.
Something that Eggman would be obsessively hunting down.
Ooh, a gothic mystery unfolds. Oh, he's been accused of his wife's murder.
But there's
It
also a
might,
thing that says what not to wear this season.
yeah, because that's the media, man. All the Aubrey Plazas of the world, they don't care.
Murder unfolds like Hitchcock thriller.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I bet Aubrey Plaza wrote that headline, her character.
Absolutely. Absolutely, she did.
Yeah, see, we're learning. Oh, there might be this guy might not be all good. His wife's body disappeared.
It got converted into the Megalon.
Looks like it because we saw her face on the
Yep.
transformer there. Well, taking him to purgatory. Hey, Master Wayne, we're going to Atlantic City. Oh, they're both going out with their respective butlers.
She's got her own heart. She's got a Harley Quinn butler.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, not to start another round of talking about Joker filet a do, but like Aubrey Plaza, kind of a better Harley Quinn than Lady Gaga ended up being. Not that that's Lady Gaga's fault; she just didn't have a
Oh,
lot to do with
absolutely. I mean,
it. Sure.
I still have yet to partake, but how you can how you can waste that casting is so freaking beyond me. It's just crazy.
Especially because Lady Gaga like does so few movies,
Yeah,
like she does it one like every couple of years. So it's like when she's chosen your project out of a million, you gotta live up to her. I think.
yeah. It's just mind boggling.
Yep. So we're all just driving in the rain. Our three main characters, um, Shia LaBeouf, who kind of looks like what does he look like?
I think street magician was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
best way of saying it.
Probably the best description. Yeah, I was saying his hair. I was gonna say greasy Fabio or something, but it's not. That doesn't quite get at it. He kind of has the same haircut as the barbarian dude from Rebel Moon, like the guy who rides
Yeah,
the.
he does. He does.
Oh, some future streetwalkers. Oh, we're seeing. It's not so great for the other half in this town. Oh, my favorite part here.
Uh, oh yeah, there we go.
you know,
He's been infected with the Joker. Well, no, with the Scarecrow's fear toxin.
Yeah, he's seeing this is totally the Batman Begins when he's like
Yep.
freaking out in the back seat of the car. Alfred, you gotta help me. But yeah, man, like the city is in such a sad state that even these poor statues are like getting sick.
The class divide is a little. I think we fall again into the too much category. Cause like I
Yeah, because
don't.
this movie.
Because the the
Mhm.
the battle should be about whether the city industrializes and goes commercial, or if it embraces art and the fantastical to promote wonder in a utopia. There doesn't really need to be a class divide, right? Because that's not really.
Yeah, yeah, and spoiler alert, like the class divide, like what you're seeing here is pretty much the extent of like how they portray it, just kind of like, oh, the poor are suffering. Like they really don't care to get into
Yeah,
it
see,
that much.
then
Yeah, yeah, it's kind of
don't even breach it at all.
yeah, it's like kind of half it's very like half-hearted just
This
but I guess like
this entire bit looks like the Max Payne movie.
it very much looks like I was also thinking the spirit
Yeah,
a little
Spirit
bit.
or Max Payne. But anyways, what were you saying?
Some of it looks kind of cool. I like the shiny on one
Oh,
side
this
and
part
the,
looks
the
cool as fuck, but yeah, it
smoke
still
on the
looks
other.
kind of Max Payne.
Shia LaBeouf flipping him off while spying on him. And this also is 100% Bruce Wayne. Like this is the scene in the Michael Keaton Batman when she sees him buy the flowers and bring it to the parents' alley. Oh, there's his wife, the allegedly dead one.
Oh, so he's also Doctor Freeze. He got his wife in.
Yes, no, he's 100% Victor Freeze here. He's doting on his wife's soul in with a little question mark at the
Coma,
end.
Soul, the Megalons.
Yeah, because she also powers the Megalon, her spirit or whatever.
Oh,
So
okay. Well, yeah, there you go.
something like that. Anyway, because John Carlos says it earlier when they're confronting. He's like, "Oh, your beloved Sunny Hope, huh?" Or I bet her,
Wait, she got all the
she
way
wanted
inside and also got to the. What were the lasers for?
got past security.
Oh,
Somehow she,
there's nobody there.
oh, it's all a dream, or only he sees her. But
Yeah,
yeah, there should
man.
have been a
See.
scene like in Ocean's 12. She should have like done a break dance to get over the lasers, like or
Yeah, or been
done
in
like
like a cardboard box,
yes, that would have
literally
been
inches
great.
long.
Yep. And then like she has to pretend to be a statue to like, and the security guards walk by. That would have been good. Yeah, or she should have done like Catwoman type backflips to get over the
Exactly. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
lasers.
Just her and suddenly in a skin tight jumpsuit having to flip and shit.
Yep. That shot of him with his invisible wife reminds me of a scene in King of the Hill where Bill, the sad neighbor, Bobby looks through his window and he's like ballroom dancing with a mop, like pretending it's a lady. Kind of like sad, lonely man, kind of.
Yeah. Yeah, this movie can't help itself in the worst ways, not in the best ways.
Yeah, yeah, it does go again, like you said, gets a little too big for its britches.
Yeah. I did not like any of the wives, any of that stuff.
You were you were not into him doting on his invisible wife.
Yeah.
But she's charmed by it. She's like, "Oh, he's
No, she
very
was like
devoted."
horrified, kind of. She was like, he still loves her, and then kind of like stumbled backed away. It was kind of.
But now she's back. She's ready to talk it out.
Yeah, but see, now she's ready to.
She slept on it and was like, "You know what? I'm
This looks like. You know what this looks
kind
like? This
kind of
looks like when
heartwarming."
somebody like would do a commercial and like it would
Yes.
be weirdly set up to like have them standing on a platform and then they would just
Yep.
CGI in the background, but
Yeah,
they'd
yeah,
also
no, for sure.
CGI in the platform. I can't even like tell you what I'm envisioning in my head, but it looks
No,
so strange.
similar to the science fair part. Like this looks, yeah, like an insurance commercial or something, like talking
Yeah.
about the
Do you
future.
remember? Okay, so remember how cheaters used to have like the weird background where the guy would be standing on like a blue platform and it would be in like some weird black space devoid of any like thing if you ever watched a lot of cheaters. It looks like
I did
that.
not. That was a reality TV show.
Yes, it was a reality TV
Okay,
show where people would get caught cheating.
I just knew that from like that is all I know. I've never. Oh, okay, I got it now. Hence cheaters.
Or like even like do you remember FBI's Most Wanted or anything? He used
Yeah,
to
like
like
America's
sit in
Most
a
Wanted.
he used to like they used to like put him on a platform and like people would the wanted posters would like fly around behind him and stuff. It's like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It very much looks like that, or
Just
or
CGI devoid black space that you could tell
yeah,
is
yeah, some kind
CGI
of top
devoid.
10 countdown where like the
Yeah,
host comes out. Yeah, yeah. Also, oh, she's marrying John Voight there, the old dude.
that's okay. I
See,
didn't know that that was gonna be that was a thing, but okay.
I think it's to show that she's status climber. She wants to get power no matter who she's got to orally do stuff to. And she's unveiling a terrible statue of him. God damn it, Jerry.
As she thrust, he grabbed her ass. Oh,
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza, I will say, should get an Academy Award nomination from this film, and I
yes.
don't, I don't think she will, but she deserves it. Oh, and here's Shia LaBeouf in drag, I believe.
Was that him as the girl?
Yeah, yeah,
That's
that's him there.
amazing.
With I believe these are his sisters who he's rumored to be incestuous is with.
Man, this role was just made for Shia
Yeah, yeah.
LaBeouf.
Playing a creep. I
Yep,
mean,
playing a
he,
creep.
he had to do a lot of research to get into character. Also, you saw some shots of like little like street urchin ragamuffins against the chain link fence. That's
Yeah.
more of
Yep.
the haves and have-nots kind of thing we're doing here. Hey, and his outfit's very Oswald Cobblepot
It
here.
is very. He's even kind of waddling with his hands in his pocket.
It would be great if he like gained weight over the whole movie. I think
Oh,
that would
that would be funny.
make it a much better film. But he stays a dreamboat. Tell us more about Megalon. Oh, here's Vesta.
Who's
There's
Vesta?
an important character. We've seen her on some like billboards before now, but now we're meeting her. She's got the first ever Megalon dress because it's not just an architectural wonder. You can make dresses out of it,
It's just a cloth.
but
It's
it's
literally just a snuggie. Oh, okay. There we go.
oh, but it makes you invisible.
But wait, if it, why is it doing her whole body then? If it's cameras.
I don't know. Maybe
Okay,
it's the
maybe it's
invisible.
not doing her whole body. It looked like it was though
Yeah.
for a second.
I think it's just because it's not a great effect. Because yeah, they might just be accidentally making her arms invisible as well. Well, they're yeah, like they painted it too much over her. You got these jerks in command not having any fun. You got this like wrestling announcer dude. Ugh, these are very bad renderings of Aubrey Plaza and her hubby. Oh, and Shia LaBeouf's character is named Claudio, spelled CLOD, as in he's a Claude. Listeners at
Shia
home,
LaBeouf
there's a
doesn't make a bad girl. Not a pretty girl, but he definitely looks like a girl.
no, he's pulling it off, which is honestly better look than his street magician attire. Is
Yes.
his Roman concubine ensemble. Oh, Uncle Hamilton. Oh, he's telling it like it is.
You know this. You know what all of this reminds me of?
Mm-hmm.
It's hard because Adam Driver is in that movie as well, but this is very House of Gucci.
Oh, 100%. This is
This is like House of Gucci if it had been dialed up to 100.
yeah, yeah. And no, they aren't doing Italian accents, unfortunately. But no, it's it would make a great double feature with House of
Mm-hmm.
Gucci. Oh, how'd you get the name WoW Platinum?
No, wow, Platinum is not Greek.
Oh, and that's his mom, who he's I thought he was like
I thought he was
miming the
about to like
strangling. Yeah,
freaking
yeah.
tear her head off or something.
But yeah, he does have a fraught relationship with her, so that might have been him doing like, I can't stand you. Oh, we're now watching the chariot race. Just in a circle. I mean, this is about like on par with Dolly World or what,
Yeah, I was about to say this is basically
medieval
Dolly
times.
World.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, we're talking the yummy drugs. Oh, once he gets into his drug parties.
Yeah, once I
Yeah,
start taking the drugs, don't bother to follow me.
leave me alone. Don't harsh my buzz.
Yeah, I'm here to cut loose and party.
Yep. Now we're watching some gladiatorial wrestling. How can they see with the big eagle in front? It's blocking their view of the.
These people are probably so high they think the Eagles joining the fight.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. They're they're probably not
They'll wait
all
the next morning. They'll be like, "Hey man, did you remember when that eagle killed that guy?"
there. They
Also,
flew
I
into the
do
ring.
love that they're wrestlers.
Yes, that we're getting like ancient Greek looking like Hercules wrestler
Yeah,
types.
that is amazing.
No, this is weird. This is like asking questions about whether Adam Driver is sexy. She's like, that's a big question. When did you smoke your first joint?
Aren't you well known for your drug use? Why would you say never?
Because you're doing this interview. You don't want
Oh,
to.
it's time
Yeah,
for
we're getting.
him to be
This is his.
TV boxed like in
Yep.
Batman.
Yeah,
He's about to go
yeah.
get his head plumbed full of knowledge or whatever Jim Carrey's doing in
Yeah,
that
yeah. Whatever,
movie.
whatever the Riddler's doing in that movie. It's crazy TV scheme. Oh, he's having fun. Maybe a little too much fun. Oh, whoa, where's like some nipple action going on?
Everybody's like, "Are they together?"
Yeah, are they dating or not? Looks like they're dating, but he's getting his nipples rubbed by that other lady, so who knows? I think he's still on the market. Oh man, he's really going to town. He's done his mysterious future drugs and now he's just drinking booze.
Well, hey man, he's a hardworking Megalon producing man,
Whoa! Yeah, man, Megalon's hard work.
and he has time powers now too. So you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, and when he's drunk, he gets more loosey goosey with him, I guess, flinging bottles around.
Oh man, Dick Grayson better not be formed in this place.
Totally, this is where he's gonna get his Robin
Yeah.
when the Flying Graysons, eat shit. Uh-oh, she's pretending to shoot or hunt with a gun. Oh, she's harpooning him. I don't know if the listeners at home can hear, but there is a parrot on the first floor that screams a lot.
You got a parrot, huh?
Yeah, yeah, our neighbor's got a parrot. And it sounds like a human voice, which is very disturbing. At first, I thought someone needed help
Birds
when I
are
first came
birds
back
are
here.
freaky, man.
Yeah, yeah, they're weird. Ooh, middle-aged women scream for him.
Well, I guess pulling middle-aged women is pretty impressive.
Yeah. I believe Adam Driver is a middle-aged man. Let me look
Yeah.
that up. Could be wrong. Yeah, he's 40. So yeah, that's not a surprise.
Yeah.
He's just, oh, we got some creepy clowns.
The Joker's about to attack.
Exactly. Joker's goons have arrived. This crazy ass circus. The Cirque du Soleil. This is very Star Wars prequels. Like this is like
Yeah,
the
Kylo
Opera
Ren
House.
is watching the
Exactly. Yeah,
First
yeah.
Order party.
Yeah, yeah. And then Palpatine's gonna tell Anakin about the Darth Plagueis. Oh no. His trip's gone bad. Now we're watching like Terminators crash through walls. Oh, now they're looking for Jason Bourne here.
Oh yeah, I gotta check the security feeds.
Uh oh, he's doing something evil.
Oh, he's got the thumb drive.
Yep, like when Bane robs the stock markets
Yeah.
again. This is all just Batman stuff. When he robs from Glenn Powell, who shows up in that scene. Yeah, he's having a little too much fun.
Shia LaBeouf is just having the time of his life in this movie.
Yeah, yeah, no,
Good
no,
for
I
him,
again,
honestly. I mean,
I agree. Like he's all right in this film.
yeah.
He knows what's up.
He knows that all of this is utter nonsense.
Yeah, he's leaning into it to be wacky. Oh, we're gonna meet Vesta.
Custis Flamai. That's a pretty cool name.
Yeah, who's the Rome's own Vestal Virgin, a vision of virginal veracity. Oh, Vesta Sweetwater again. Good name. Good fake names in this movie.
There are many of them, and they are all names.
They're all superior fake names. Now
Oh,
she's
ooh,
doing.
a song.
Yeah, we're getting a musical number right there inside me. God's purity.
Oh yeah. She might as well just be singing "I'm a virgin."
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Just so you know,
exactly.
I am a virgin.
You should have sung "I'm like a virgin," the Madonna. Now there's two of her. This scene kind of looks like, I mean, not the song because it's much naughtier, but it looks like it wouldn't be out of place in that Sing franchise about the animals
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
singing. Looks like
Yeah, one of them
a
might bust
performance.
into Taylor Swift, "Shake It Off."
Exactly. Like this would be just
Also, could be
where
from
where
Zootopia.
yes, very much so. It looks like a talking gorilla would be,
Why is there
doing a
like
cover.
20 of her now? Is it the
I don't know.
Megalopolis doing this, or the Megadolon?
It might be the Megalon, or it could just be maybe it's some of the drugs he's on, or maybe this is something we are supposed to be seeing. I don't know.
Oh wait, this is an auction. Oh look, QR
They're
codes. Everybody,
bidding.
pull out your phone.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Scan it.
Scan the QR code so you give Megalopolis all of
Yep,
your
yep.
money. I didn't even realize this was an auction or
Yeah,
just a charity.
yeah. Her pledge to marry as a virgin that is money to the city. So I guess she is selling. herself to be married by one of these creeps, and all the money will go to help our city.
Wait, so she is basically selling her virginity
I believe that's
to
the idea.
fund Megalopolis. But wait, which version of Megalopolis is she funding?
I'm not sure. I would
Because
guess
like
I think
that
it's
was the
still
whole
John
point.
Carlo. I think John Carlo is still the man in charge. I think this is something that decadent bad Megalopolis is doing, not good utopian Adam Driver Megalopolis. So that might not have been 20 hers. That might have been stunt doubles, it looks like we're seeing here.
Maybe.
Shia LaBeouf doing a high kick and dance.
Yeah. Wait, but those ones are definitely not her, so
Yeah, so maybe that might have been just like special effects in the context of her performance to make it look like there were a million of her. Yeah, give generously to the Virgin's pledge. Maybe it's just money for her to promise she's still a virgin. I don't know.
I do not know. You can see right through me. I'm actually
Oh
a slut.
no.
Oh, was that what we were
Shia,
doing?
Shia LaBeouf's scheme, yeah, was to leak this sex tape.
The sex tape of who? Of Vestra?
Yeah, of her and I believe the Adam Driver. Uh-oh. Oh no, now they're turning on her.
All right, I'm into it now. I'm back.
Now you're on
We've
board with
rebounded back. I do love the idea that she said you can see right through me, and literally afterwards there was a sex tape leak.
the sex tape leaked. All right, now back to Adam Driver turned into the god Shiva here with his many arms. Uh-oh.
I can't imagine that Caesar would care about this though. Like, what would Caesar
Probably.
care if a sex tape got leaked of him?
Yeah, but I guess it's not good form because this is like she's like the most beloved figure in the city,
Yeah, but
and he's
I don't see why he would care about it.
I guess it probably
Especially
not
if
good
he wasn't
PR.
getting any of this money for his Megalopolis.
That's true, but I guess she's wearing the Megalons, so
Yeah,
she's
but I mean, then
tarnishing
he
its
could just be like, "Hey, the
reputation.
dress worked, didn't it?"
I mean, I guess this is the like there's no such thing as bad publicity. Oh no, he's bleeding. It does look fun. I would go to one decadent Roman future orgy if I were in this world with the drugs and the beating people up. Maybe not the beating people up part. That's no fun.
Well, if you have 6 arms, like clearly Adam Driver thinks he has, then
Yeah, yeah, then you can take them all on at
yeah,
once.
you can take on at least 5 guys.
Oh no. The the MAGA people are charging this stage. Yeah, this is the Q shaman and all those
Yep.
guys.
What are they even look really redneck, so
Yeah, yep. This is trying to. I think we're saying something about modern society here. Yeah, we even it was that was just a Confederate flag, right? That wasn't even.
I'm pretty sure that was the Confederate flag.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're not even like we're not being subtle here. And all of that Adam Driver's just tripping out while this city burns. Oh, city for sale.
I like
Mayor
how his
Cicero.
I like how his hype man just looks super freaked out about what about
Yeah,
it
he's not
all.
in. He's not into what Shia LaBeouf has brought
Yeah,
on.
he just looks
Chaos.
really freaked out. Ah, here's the money shot.
I gotta say, he looks pretty hot in his
Yeah, no,
underpants
his
with
eye,
blood everywhere.
his hair, his legs are super hairy, which I
Not
approve.
expecting it to work on me, but he looks. If you've seen Eastern Promises, it looks like Viggo Mortensen when he has the naked fight in the
Oh yeah,
bathhouse.
yeah, yeah. Why? What is he now? Is he being entombed in ice?
Yeah, man, they're taking him home to heal in like the bantha tank or whatever. And yeah, this is totally he's gotten the fear toxin, and they have to drive him home.
Alfred, take me back to the cave. No
It's
hospitals.
gonna be okay, Master Wayne. Well, they pulled him over.
What are you gonna arrest him for? Fornicating in a movie? Commissioner
Yeah,
Gordon, why are you arresting Bruce Wayne?
exactly. For statutory. Oh, I right. I guess she was
She
underage,
she
even
was
though she was being auctioned to the pervert. So I don't know. It doesn't seems hypocritical. To,
oh
who's
she's
halfway.
defending him even though he just got his sex tape released.
Yeah, yeah, but she's still his loyal lady friend, and Lawrence Fishburne's just like, hey man, I'm an impartial observer.
Lawrence Fishburne ain't gonna get involved in this.
Nah,
He's
I mean
too
he's
cool
he's
for
the
school.
yeah, and he's the narrator, so we know he's got to stay, a little neutral. Oh, Shia LaBeouf has like a vision board, and his dream is to ruin. Oh, best line. Revenge tastes best when wearing a dress.
Words to live by, Shia LaBeouf. Words to live
Yep.
by. Next time I need to get some revenge, I'll go buy a dress.
And yeah, he's got a creepy Joker notebook that he's scratching stuff into. I've amassed quite a collection of creepy Joker notebooks over time, I will say.
Oh
Like, I
yeah,
have
yeah.
I
Everybody's
have
got to
many
have a
notebooks
hobby.
that were gonna be like, oh, this is where I'll put all my good ideas, but they're just scribbles and drawings and no rhyme or reason. They're very hard to sift through. Oh, she's doing some detective work.
What, what does that? What does that have to do with anything? She's a foreigner.
Yeah, I guess. Well, see, it looks like they've proven that she's not underage is the idea, but for some reason we got to add some racism, and she's not even from around here.
Also, her being 6 doesn't help us determine what her age is now.
I guess whatever year they saw on there, yeah, that wasn't conveyed to the audience super
No.
well.
What?
This is pretty badass. His crazy falling apart office that she hallucinates for a second, sees it for what it is.
Oh, that was an amazing.
Hmm. Great subplot.
That's such an amazing picture.
Yep. She knows he's falling apart. He's tying to this old decaying world or whatever. Oh, and he faked the video.
Oh, well that's kind of sucks. I kind of wish he hadn't faked the video.
Yeah, yeah, no, no. Turns out Adam Driver is
I
a
mean, Adam
saint.
Driver would have sex with that woman, Caesar,
Yeah,
whatever his
well,
name is.
no, no. He made her a dress. That he's a perfect a professional relationship.
Sure.
He's above reproach. Sure, he'll sleep with Aubrey Plaza, who's a media person, which is pretty sleazy. But no, no, no. That would be a bridge too far, Tanner. All right, here we go. Now we're getting the showdown we all came here for. Listen, bitch.
This
That
is
was
again
me
just
talking.
reminding me how Aubrey Plaza really should be in a Batman thing.
She should. I don't know why they didn't make her the Catwoman or the Poison Ivy or something.
She's
I don't know.
really good in Agatha All Along
Oh, as
as
as as
Death.
spoiler alert, the Marvel Death
Yes, as Death. It's very good casting, but she
in
really
Josh
needs to be in
Brolin.
a like DC
Yeah, I
Batman
feel like
thing. That's
she
a
fits
real good.
DC
Yeah.
very well. Yeah. Oh, you got him dressing as Robin Hood. Oh, he's back to his rat tail outfit.
He looks like he works at a hotel. He's about to ask you if you need a towel.
He does. He looks very yeah, like he has the tray with the cocktail weenies on.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. We're being told he should cut
Cut
his
your
hair.
hair.
Oh, she's actually 23. Oh, see, they were fake. Oh, hell yeah. This is the best part of the movie.
Ha!
She's like rebranding herself as a
Yeah,
badass,
that's what
as pop,
does.
as pop stars often do.
Yep,
Yeah, when
that's what does.
pregnancy rate skyrockets. All the news of the day was just so horny that everybody is now just having more babies. Okay, see, this is a cooler looking shot than most of the CGI nonsense. I kind of
Yes.
like these scaffolds. I wish more of the stuff looked like this and not the science fair videos. This scene, I remember her American accent coming in and out.
Oh, there it was.
Yeah, yeah, you could hear her
That drop
British,
was definitely not in the same accent as the rest of that sentence.
yep, her British accent has come through a little
Which,
bit.
hey, if you could do an accent at all, you get an approval from
Yeah,
me
yeah,
because
she's doing a pretty good job overall.
I am horrible with accents.
Yeah, yeah, I could not pull off a like if I went across the pond and had to pretend to be a Brit.
Yeah, see, no.
It would mostly sound like Dick Van Dyke and Mary Poppins, you know,
Yep.
Jiminy. Yeah, that's the best I can do.
Yeah, you don't want to sound cockney going over to London. I'm pretty sure they don't like
Oh
those
man.
people.
Mm-mm.
Shout out to all our cockney viewers.
Yeah, yeah, our listener, they've been the bread and butter of our audience. We're very
Yeah.
big in Britain.
You know what else I don't quite love
You're
about this movie?
not as into, yeah.
Well, it's a little too artsy fartsy. I was kind of really into the idea of the mayor and like him
Yeah,
showing down and having this fight about what
yeah,
what their city needs and like art
yeah.
versus consumerism and like all of that stuff, but it hasn't really done that yet. It's mostly just been them farting around. And
Yes, there's not. Yeah, yeah. It's not. That conflict is not very centered in the movie.
yeah.
We're having more like, and there, and some subplots of some subplots of Shia LaBeouf doing his scheming.
And there's not even like a
And
philosophical debate going on because it's not like Adam Driver is spitting out about how
no,
important art is or how like we
yeah,
need
he's
to be
pretty much.
moved as a people. It's mostly just him acting nonsensical.
Yeah, yeah. He's philosophizing and just kind of wandering around. But
Yeah,
yeah,
but
he's
he's not
not
even
like.
really philosophizing anymore.
Yeah, well, he's showing her how he does his time stopping, and this is the scene where we're kind of learning the what the deal with the time stopping is. That it's something artists can do. Like we're learning this is an ability all artists have to play with time.
I clearly
She
missed that memo. I missed
yeah
that
yeah well
power
she
upgrade.
yeah
Maybe I haven't filled my artist quota.
well she gets into it. She says like poets can bend it and musicians can find the rhythm of it. So like it's got this
And
it's
architectures
this
can just straight up control
well
it, like in a
they
video
smooch,
game.
which is a pretty nice smooch, I will say. As movie smooches
Yeah,
go,
well,
there's well,
some
especially
good,
with the
it's some
time
darn
stopping,
good kissing.
quite romantic.
Oh yeah, even goes for the ass grab. You know it's romantic if there's a butt grab.
Oh, that's the metaphor for the butt grabbing. This this moon scene. That does look kind of cool, I gotta say.
I don't quite get what that's supposed to convey,
Oh,
but
he explains it. Yeah, he says it right now.
what is with that woman's face? Is she
She's
wearing a
wearing her.
face mask or is she
Yeah, it's like her beauty regiment.
okay?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, that's a bad omen,
Because it
man."
almost looked like she was a mime, and I was trying to figure out if the movie was wanting me to think she was a mime or
He might have been married to a mime. That might be like his own scandal that he had in his past was he was mayor and then threw it away to marry a mime. That actress rules, by the way, Catherine Hunter. She's the
yes.
three witches in Macbeth, and she is the brothel lady in Poor Things.
Mm-hmm.
I like her.
Yeah, no, she's really good.
Yep, yep. Oh, but yeah. So how they lay out what artists, the quote is, artists can never lose control of time. Painters freeze it, poets sing of it, and musicians rhythmatize it. And then she stops, so we don't get to hear what the other kinds of artists do.
That's not fair. I needed to know what the writer artist does.
No, or you'll have to figure it out yourself.
Yeah, I'll have to start experimenting with my time powers.
Also, that montage of them dancing and having a good time in the office should have been set to Sweet Home Alabama,
Yeah.
like Forrest Gump when he and Jenny are, living the good life. Oh, she's meeting the mother.
But so doesn't he have a wife still?
No, I think she's legally dead, but he still tends to her ghost, which is to show that she's got her hook's still in him and that he still misses her. But also she might be her spirit
Megalodon.
might still be living on in the Megamelon. No, he's not having a great time.
Shout
Yeah,
out to
sees
to weird relationships with moms this year.
yeah, there's a lot
Megalopolis
of that.
and Penguin.
Oh, Penguin's got some mom
Oh
problems.
yeah.
Okay. He's on he's got some fraught relationships with his mother. Now, see, if Martin Scorsese had directed this movie, this scene would have more juice. He'd be doing like, "Ah, Ma, what are you doing? You're breaking my balls here." I feel like there needs
Exactly.
to be more. People need to be throwing plates more in this
Yeah.
scene. Give it some juice. His mom is Talia Shire, who's royalty and shows up in the Godfather.
Did he bite
So
her?
she's
I think he bit her.
he doesn't think so. He's like, I
Oh.
was kissing her. I think she just takes everything bad the wrong way.
I kind of wanted him to bite her. She seemed kind of like she deserved to be bit.
This movie does kind of move, though. I remember it kind of dragging in theaters, but here we're more than halfway done, so it is like it's
Well, because it's also fucking
a lot of
all
crazy
over
stuff.
the place. Like it's
Oh, now she's floating the the Jedi training ball around.
yep. She must be practicing for her future in Kylo Ren, the movie.
Yep, yep.
Since we're having a Rey movie, that's definitely gonna get made.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be funny if they recast Rey with this lady. Just no, I like Daisy Ridley. I would not want to do
Yeah.
that to her. But that Rey movie probably ain't happening. Well,
No.
because even the way they put it, that she's the most important part of the universe going forward, is like kind of implies they're not doing a Rey movie. They're like, no,
Mm-hmm.
no, but she'll still be a big deal. Don't worry.
We will be getting Mandalorian and Grogu movies for the next 15 years, so don't worry about
Yeah.
it.
So the only thing we can make besides the Mandalorian and Grogu is just episodes of the Mandalorian that we put on the big screen.
Yep.
Just great. Oh no, people hate Caesar and Catalina. Who will stop Caesar? Oh, they leveled their neighborhood for his stupid megalopolis. That dude is very much like the crowd that throws stuff at the Green Goblin.
Yeah. New
Yeah,
York. You mess
yeah,
with
you
one of
mess
us, you
with
mess with all
yeah,
of us.
yeah. Hey, Goblin, I got something for you right here.
Yep. Spidey needs
His
those
henchman
cranes
kind of,
moved ASAP.
yep. He stinks, and I don't like him. His sidekick kind of looks like a young Nick Cage in this light.
He does look like a young Nick Cage.
All hail Claudio, man. Uh-oh, the rabble is getting, is Team Claudio
So
now.
wait, Caesar is now also bad for the city because he's
Apparently,
blowing
tearing
stuff
down
up but
neighborhood.
not rebuilding.
Well, I think everyone is going to get to be in Megalopolis, but they just can't see that far ahead. They're just worried. Those stupid people are sad because they're homeless for some reason. I don't understand it.
That they can't just wait for their megalopolis to come.
Yeah, come on, be a little patient. You'll live in squalor, and then everybody gets into the Megalopolis.
But isn't this thing some kind of miracle construction tool or something? So it doesn't you
Yeah,
don't
so
just plant it and it grows a new building?
I think that is what happens eventually, but I guess he didn't explain this properly to the public, so they're rightly kind of pissed off that their houses are getting ripped to make room for it. Oh, this is rad. Gideon here is gonna play the drums. See that now we're kind of back more to the movie you want, where they're
Yeah.
they're scheming about how they're gonna deal with Adam Driver there. With the scary thunder claps in the background. I don't mind the lightning, but the
That's a
thunder
great
scares
line, but the
the
thunder
shit out of me.
scares the shit out of me.
Oh,
Oh.
that Soviet satellite's coming back. It
Oh
wasn't.
right, the Soviet satellite that might or might not crash into Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That the parade people from the Gotham Gazette were talking about like
Yep.
30
The
minutes
like
ago.
all I watch men, being like, it looks like this is gonna be a pretty bad cataclysm, she. Then the giant squid lands.
I love that there now is an Armageddon style.
Yeah, we're getting
Batman's got
there,
to take
man.
care of it. Oh, look, they're flashing the bat signal.
Yeah, yeah. They pushed the big red phone to call Batman. Oh shoot, it's happening. That satellite was bad news.
Dude, this is fucking hilarious. I'm
Yeah,
back.
man.
I'm back in again.
Yeah, holy cow! All the screaming people shadows on the wall. No. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, so this scene in certain screenings, this is where an actual person would come out and talk to the screen to ask Adam Driver these questions. And I was very bummed that it was only for select screenings because when I saw it, they did not have some poor employee come out and do that, which I thought would have been pretty cool. That was only in.
I would have paid money to see that.
Well, I didn't realize because yeah, there was regular showings of Megalopolis, but then there was Megalopolis in IMAX. But then there was something called Megalopolis: The IMAX Experience, and that was the one you had to pay for to get the guy
Oh
to
yeah, yeah.
actually get an actor come out in front of you and talk to Adam Driver here. So see, this is kind of more what you were wanting because he's trying to explain his he has to explain to the reporters his
Yeah, exactly.
his pitch that to him when there's a dialogue about what the future should be, that kind of makes the future happen just by, if you dream it, it eventually comes true because you're putting it out there in the universe. Mm. So yeah, I guess how the movie does it is like it takes this big horrible disaster to actually like, now he actually has to, sell people on this idea and start showing uh the actual work that would go into it.
Now this is so fascinating.
This like split screen montage of
Well, the
him.
comic book montage is a weird way of doing it.
Yeah, but see this part I actually kind of dig.
No, like yeah, this is kind of the movie I wanted.
Where he's actually like having to like do, work and convince people of this like crazy idea
Well, it's
artistic
showing
idea.
the dream becoming a reality, I guess, even though
Yeah,
we
and
haven't really seen it yet, but it's being conceptualized. I
yeah,
kind of wish
this
they
is
had
like
been the satellite
mhm,
should have been more of an ominous time clock throughout the whole movie. Like they should have been talking about this satellite a bit more at that party. They should have been, well, do you think the satellite's going to come crashing down? Nah.
yeah,
Our projections indicate it's not coming anywhere close.
yeah.
Yada
And they're kind
yada.
of doing that where it's like, the rich are like, "Oh, who cares? Let's just party," But it's
Yeah,
kind
but
of
I
in the
don't think that was
background.
conveyed in the movie. There was the guard who was talking about it once,
Yeah.
but I don't remember it being brought up after that.
No, it's just like the opening shot of it,
Yeah.
and then the guard talks about it, and then yeah, then I guess we see everybody ignored it to just live it up, and then it crashed, and now oh shoot, we really gotta give it all to Adam Driver so he can save us from this disaster. So it looks like she died in a car crash, is what the Sonic the Hedgehog Chaos Emerald is telling me,
Yeah.
and he
Something
and
like that.
then her soul, yeah, and she's like floating in the water. That's why it was all blue, perhaps. Um, and through that, he got inspired and put her soul into the Megalon. Aww. Also, that glowing thing he holds is like an architecture measuring stick, but when the poster is him holding that,
Yeah, but it looks like a
but
cross.
Yeah, well, I thought it was like a prospector pickaxe.
Oh,
Like,
yes, it does look like
thought
that
it
as
was like he
well.
was gonna be mining for gold. Was the idea of the movie. So I was that was my mistake until I finally saw it in action. They're having a baby. And there's another good line. This crazy part. Oh wait, not yet. I don't think they're just celebrating their love. You're in a moral pickle of your own conscience.
I do love her saying that.
Yeah, it's a good way of
It's a
putting
really good
it.
way of putting it. You're already married.
Yeah,
Your wife is just
you,
dead.
your dead Megalon wife. No, he's showing some of the. This is like his demo reel for Megalopolis, where it's gonna have rolling balls and this magical,
We have
moving
that
platform.
Adam Driver. It's called a people walker.
Yeah, whatever you call those in airports, but this one glows is the difference. I like that his wife's on board. Like Mrs. John Carlo is like, no,
Yeah.
this rules. I'm all for it. Now he's basically like pitching like Epcot, only there's things glow more is kind of the
Yeah.
difference. But I guess because the Megalon is magic, like it'll
See
just be
again, that's a you see you again have hit a nail on the head
a
about
nail
this
on the head
movie.
here.
That instead of just making it about some fucking future magical gobbledygook, just go to Epcot and like go to their city of tomorrow and just take
Yeah,
all of those ideas and put them in that this movie. Like he should be talking about like cities of the future instead of a
yeah.
magical yada 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 that will I
Mhm.
guess make everybody's life perfect.
I guess to play the devil's advocate, I guess like me as a young inventor who's gonna change the world is watching this movie being like, oh, it's on me to fill in the blanks
I
and try it in the
guess
real world. This is all a metaphor, and I have to
maybe,
now
but
think about
it's too
what the science.
fantastical. Like
Yeah, because he's basically just selling like a magical goo that's just
yeah,
gonna
that
make
can do
it
everything. And
green
I've
for you.
seen Flubber and I know how that goes.
It is flubber.
Yeah, it's basically Flubber.
It's utopian flubber. If the absent-minded professor
Yeah.
from Flubber actually wanted to like, you know, take over the infrastructure of the world, this is what it would look like.
Yeah, are they even like right now are they gambling it because what they're going all in is looks exactly like it.
Yeah. I think they're just hanging. Yeah, yeah, they're both hanging. They're hanging out inside the Megalon, and looks like they're playing cards with cards made of the Megalon.
Yeah,
So
like I again, it's just like and then if you do like the Epcot Cities of the Future actual like mechanics and stuff being shown, you could tie in the idea that he's going to promote with other artists and like invite
yeah,
free thinkers and mechanics and inventors and stuff. It'd be like Tomorrowland if that movie was any good. Um, the
yeah, yeah,
idea
like a
that you're getting all the brilliant minds of the world to come together and
come together for this project.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
prove that artistry is the right path to go
Hmm.
because artistry can also be mechanical.
Yeah, yeah. Which they're kind of doing because she's also a smarty pants, and he needed her to come on board to help this project out.
Yeah, but it's still tied around this idea that oh, this magic gunk will save
Yeah,
everything, and
it,
nobody will need to add to it or you know
yeah.
yada yada yada.
I guess it's some of that like all of history's in continuity with each other because he's quoting like, oh wait, this is the line. They're having a baby. If it's a girl, she'll be given the name Sunny Hope. If it's a boy, He'll be named Francis.
Who? Who? Wait, why is Francis the boy name? Is that the dad's name?
I think it's because the director is Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh,
It's like, but it also just makes me laugh.
naming your daughter Sunny Hope in honor of your, I guess, new love's ex-wife or dead wife is absolutely batshit insane.
Yes, but also I like it just because it's a wacky name and a boring. It's like, oh, if it's a girl, I'll name it Andromeda Cortisone, and if it's a boy, Greg.
Oh man, that is so freaking funny.
And now speaking of commercials, like this world is increasingly looking like I'm just thinking of like shampoo or like
Yeah,
Dove hand soap. Like
looks
it's
like somebody's about to bust up and say, "I'm Avita, I'm your fire."
exactly, it's for smoother skin and like
Yeah.
glossier hair. It's
Oh no,
moisturizing.
you're absolutely right. This is a CeraVe commercial, if anything.
And again, why I'm more into the street level stuff than the fantastical stuff, because a lot of the fantastical stuff in this movie does not super blow my mind in the way I was kind of hoping it would.
No, exactly. It's not. It's not. It's too
Like this stuff again, like
fantastical to conceptualize, but it also is not fantastical enough visually to really carry through with the fact that
yeah.
you can't really wait. Is that a swastika?
Yeah, like see this stuff I like where it's weird like half MAGA, but he also has the ladies dressed as the daughters of the American Revolution, like uh this weird like patriot cult that Shia LaBeouf's garnering is kind of rad.
Yeah, I like again. You can almost do it as like so. Giancarlo is the side.
Oh no.
Oh, did Aubrey Plaza's husband die?
That's the other old dude, the one who
Oh,
was
okay.
helping Giancarlo wheel and deal. Um Oh, I forgot Nicolas Cage is actually part of the Coppola family. So maybe that guy is actually a relative. That might be why he looks like Nicolas Cage. But anyway. But yeah. He got smushed in the cataclysm, so now Shia LaBeouf's in charge.
In charge of what exactly? Just this movement, or
Yeah, he's winning seats in the Senate or something.
I do love
And is
that
now
poster. That poster makes it look like a Soviet era poster.
I
That
would
poster
kind of
looks
buy
like a
that.
Soviet era poster. Is what I'm trying to say.
I'd get a t-shirt of that Soviet Shia LaBeouf poster. Where he's the
Just
hero of the
imagine the
working man.
conversations you'd have to have around that T-shirt. People would ask so
Yeah,
many questions. I don't know if it'd
I'd
be
have
worth
to
it, man. You'd have to be.
no, I think Shia LaBeouf might be too scorched earth to
Well, not
to
only the Shia LaBeouf, the Soviet look, the
it's a movie called Megalopolis,
yeah,
and people like, what's that? I mean, unless you're a TikToker, apparently, because this movie is sweeping TikTok from what I've heard.
you'd have
So,
to explain what Megalopolis is, and I think that's like a 3 hour conversation in and of itself.
yeah, just be like, hey man, just go watch Megalopolis, and then you'll appreciate my shirt.
You'll either appreciate my shirt or you'll come back to me with a lot of questions. Either way, we'll talk later.
All right, I have to Megalopolis,
You got a
so I'll be back.
Megalopolis to the bathroom?
I gotta
Go on,
use the Megalopolis.
Megalopolopolis yourself.
Entertain the crowd while I'm out.
Oh yeah, he wants her to get. He wants her to. He wants him to buy off.
All right, I'm back. And yeah, I think it's your classic, the rich dad. Like, hey man,
Yeah,
how much do
how
you
much
want
money
to
is this gonna
break
take?
up? Yeah.
Wait, is this Summer Hope?
Yeah, we're learning that Giancarlo knew that he didn't kill his wife, but was hated him, so he wanted to,
And
so
she
he
was
tarred and feathered him.
pregnant because she looked pregnant in that shot.
Yeah, because they were trying before she died in the car accident. And yeah, I guess Giancarlo's like, yeah, man, I started those rumors of you killing her because I wanted to destroy you or whatever. No, and now he's telling him like, I'll support the Megalopolis if you break up with my daughter.
But only privately, so not
Privately, yeah. So it's not
not
even a very
publicly.
good,
Yeah,
it's not even a very good deal that he's
yeah.
presenting. Yeah, you can't stare at the sun. It's true, and your own soul.
Yeah, that's a damn good line.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, dang, Aubrey Plaza is
Holy
is
cow, Aubrey Plaza.
real, real pretty in this movie.
Yep.
Oh no, that was a trick though. She looked pretty on purpose, so he'd put the coat on her.
Oh, and you're just gonna tell him.
Yeah, yeah, she's not fooling around. Oh, and she's smelling him.
I do love a fangirl.
Yeah, yeah, she's way into this guy. She's been into him from the beginning when they were doing oral stuff. It
She
can
did
all
say
be
she loved oral.
dang. She's just outright saying, "I'll rob my old man husband, and we can be together."
Damn right.
I'd
Reminds me
I'd be
of she's a lot like the girl from Hellraiser. Willing to kill
Oh
a
yes,
dude.
yes, yes. Yeah, yeah. And then he's like, bring me skin
Yep.
if you really, yeah. Where she's way into Uncle Frank there. I think it's Uncle Frank is the skinless man in that movie. Whoa.
Oh yeah, she's hypnotizing him.
Yep, she's using her
Man, I'm
Svengali
I'm
power.
kind of convinced Aubrey Plaza for Harley Quinn. I'd
Yeah,
I'd
man.
I'd, I'd be willing to watch that, especially if you lean more in towards being smart psychiatrist lady.
Yeah, and that would work if they brought her into the Pattinson ones, because the Barry Keoghan would be her Joker. She'd be
Mm-hmm.
like, trying to help him out, I guess. Also, now we're turning to Sky Captain a little bit here.
Oh
It's,
yeah. Well, this movie is
very Sky Captain in
is
a lot.
yeah, well, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, the visuals could be very Sky Captain at times. So, actually,
Yeah,
makes perfect
definitely.
sense.
Whenever they're up on the rooftops,
Yep.
yeah, yeah, of this wonderful future city. I like that this magical glowing is behind the construction. It's in progress.
It
The
looks like
magical
the
mechanism.
uh the amber from Fridge is slowly being grown out.
It is the crazy Framber that traps
Yeah.
everybody.
So did they just break up then? Because that wasn't said. That wasn't
I
done.
they're still together, but she's dividing time between him and her dad, just being like, "Aw, like let me go say hi to my husband, even though I'm working with you today, Dad."
Okay.
Now he's talking to one of his admirers. No, wait.
Nobody looks 12. Nobody looks 12 unless they're 12, you idiot. Do I look 12 now? I'm a grown ass man.
Oh,
Whoa!
he got
Holy
assassinated.
shit!
Yeah, man. That kid was a double agent.
Damn! Okay, movie.
Yeah. R.I.P. That's why you shouldn't trust any adorable street urchins because they're trying
Yeah,
to
especially if
they're
they're
not
in a
they're not
hoodie,
your
apparently.
especially one who's like, "Hey, I've read your boring book about architecture." Like that should have been a red flag. This
Yeah.
kid was- Whoa, here we go. Now we're doing the end of 2001 here.
Are we? Is he like evolving? Is he about to megalopolize into
You're
ultimate
gonna
Adam
you're gonna
Driver?
find out. You're gonna find out he's turned into a newer and more dangerous Pokemon. Whoa. Oh, his mom's coming at him. This stuff's kind of rad. I've only seen I've only seen this movie sober, but I feel like
Yeah, well, yeah,
I,
yeah. This is like the Into the Spider Verse section, except
exactly
not as emotionally impactful, but
this is the
still
web of
as
life.
trippy.
Yeah. This is what Miles Morales sees at the end
Yeah.
when the Kingpin's getting sucked into the machine.
Oh, is he being Is he being injected? Is this like the $1 million Man? We can
He's
build
getting
him.
Megalon. Yeah,
We have
yeah.
the Megalonalon.
They're making him a Megalon man. And see,
Wait,
her
why do
hair
you
is.
need Sunny's hair for this?
I'm not sure.
That does look kind of cool. That shot though of him
Yeah,
like half scold or something.
yeah, with the friggin' head blown off. But oh, that Shia LaBeouf mask.
Which is the only that Shia LaBeouf mask looks more like Shia LaBeouf than Shia LaBeouf actually looks like in that movie. Like
Oh yeah,
that was an
yep.
even Stevens mask. That was
Yeah,
not a
that's the
Shia
only
LaBeouf mask.
that's Hole's era Shia LaBeouf. Yeah, on the mask.
Somebody needed a picture of him and was like, "Well, we could get a picture from this movie, or we just go back to even Stevens. Let's just go back to even Stevens."
Oh, he'll be all right. Maybe. Principle of Megalon that he fights Godzilla. Well, we're still dreaming. Now he's in ancient Egypt.
He keeps doing this. He might start getting the Futurama in the year 1 million
Yeah,
and a half.
25, 25. Yeah, humankind is enslaved by
Yeah, he's just gonna
giraffes.
go all the way around.
He's taking the forwards only time machine to whatever's going on here. I guess this is also kind of a go into the light kind of deal. She wants him to join him in
Probably.
her ancient catacombs of death. Nope, she flew away. Nope. Principle of Megalon. Oh, she was gonna have twins.
Sure. Maybe they became the Megalon. Maybe the Megalon
Whoa.
is just his undead baby.
Yeah, that turned into these Cirque du Soleil rock people.
Oh.
Oh, he's handing his heart over. It was all a dream. Now he's the Phantom of the Opera. Poor old Adam Driver.
He looks like he looks like uh Shoot, he looks like Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yes, yes, very. Just walking. Oh, spirit, don't
Yep.
show me these visions of the future. Oh, and Shia LaBeouf won't leave him alone. He just keeps. He's very baffled. Like, what?
Is it meticulous and hygienic? I do kind of agree with Solus because the Megalon
Yeah, the Megalon
is not
is just
artistic at all.
no, it's just glowing goo. His sketches are way cooler than the finished product.
Yeah.
Actually, the ones we see, like him planning out or whatever, not as magical and inspirational. Because yeah, it's just like goo you kind of get carried around by. Aw, but Aubrey Plaza is still into it.
Of course. We know from her kind that you cannot have skin and still be into it.
True. Skin or no skin, I'm on board.
That's what people like her believe.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She's got some evil scheme going. There's less than half an hour of this movie to go. It's
That's insane that there's less than half an hour of this movie.
yeah. Should have been a 4 hour epic, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Whoa.
whoa. Oh, now we're going Bollywood.
Yeah.
I heard that little music drop.
That little he's gonna
He's
start
gonna start
dancing with
singing a
all
song and doing the
well there's
dances
well
and
there's five ghost versions of himself
yeah.
hanging out. She's even more into it. Like she's on her knees. She's
Oh
so
yeah.
amazed
Well,
by
he's a god now.
his glowing skull.
He's got the Megalopolis.
Man,
The,
again, if Aubrey Plaza was saying that these diamonds meant nothing to her,
oh yeah.
like compared to you, I'd be making some hard life decisions here.
You had me at take at hello.
Yep. No, he's a good man. He's not gonna be tempted by her evil offer. And this guy being like, "Whoa, my wife is on her knees,
I don't
screaming
know if
that she
John
doesn't
Voight's
care
even
about
aware of
money."
what's going on at this point, man.
Probably not. My friend I watched it with, he joked that John Voight's performance is kind of like those babies in like internet videos when they're surprised or amazed.
Not
Got a very
inaccurate.
he just looks like, oh, I'm impressed by everything. Yeah, Moxie, she. That rat tail man is still freaking me out. More than Bionic Adam Driver. Pandora, where they're heading to the Navi.
They gotta get that unobtainium to fuel their megalodon or megalopolis. Oh, is he about to? He's about to rob a bank. He looks very
Yeah, we're
John Dillinger in that
yeah,
picture.
we're getting our John Dillinger. Also, a little West Side Story. Maybe they're all gonna start. Oh, that's great. Pick up my hat. Pick up my hat. Pick up my hat. Oh, yes, we are.
God, this movie is so close to
To
being
be an
like
awesome best
really,
thing ever.
really amazing. Aubrey Plaza is like,
Yeah, doing her femme fatale.
yeah, like
Oh, we're getting the best scene ever. Auntie, wow, ew. Don't. Don't remind people. She's your aunt.
Well, I mean, America does love incest, so he is playing to the crowd.
Yeah, he's giving the people what they want, I suppose.
Dude, they do. I
You're a
truly
very
believe it.
bad boy.
I
Oh,
think
I've heard the statistics. I've done the research, the market research.
oh god.
Holy Toledo.
Holy,
This is an 18 and up commentary, ladies and gentlemen.
why does it have to be with Shia LaBeouf?
it does. I think that's to get around the censors to be like, well, clearly this is not smut because no one would be happy to see Shia LaBeouf in this situation. It kills the mood a little bit. Her costume's kind of rad too.
God,
She's
she's
got,
so. This scene would be 10 times hotter if you removed the Shia LaBeouf from the equation.
or oh, she's giving him a haircut at least. She's gonna
Oh
make.
god,
She's
get rid
gonna.
of the rat tail. Get rid of it. Yes.
She's prettying him up at least, making him more
Oh, you didn't
presentable.
cut enough of the rat tail. Okay, now he's just a mullet.
Yeah, yeah. Now he just kind of looks like Randall
It
Flagg
looks
from
like Billy Ray Cyrus.
Yes, very much so. Wee. Oh, she's explaining how it's gonna work going forward. Oh,
Oh, I did
sitting
not
on
need to see
Shia LaBeouf's.
Shia LaBeouf's bush.
Nope. Now we're just sitting on Shia LaBeouf's face, man, having
Dude,
fun.
I hate I'm gonna put myself out there on the internet, but this would be working for me if it was not for
Yeah, yeah.
the
He
Shia
he
LaBeouf of it all.
he tempers it for sure.
Oh, he
I'm
instantly
inclined to
brings it
agree.
down to it. That's a no from me.
But if you
But if
if you
anybody
AI,
wants to like any of you CGI
he
digital
looks
effects
better though. Now
artists,
he looks more even Stevensy in this bathhouse scene.
well, yeah, because she
Like,
cut out the horrible rat tail.
yeah, gave him a good haircut.
And if she did that while having sex with him, then clearly she is missing her lot in life, which is clearly giving haircuts while also performing sexual acts.
Yeah, she's very talented if she can do it without accidentally poking him in the eye
Yeah,
with them
and give him a
scissors or
haircut that
something.
good too.
Yeah.
So you CGI visual effect artists out there, I need you to
Make
redo that scene, but put somebody different inside of it, like I don't know, Adam, not Adam Driver, maybe like
I,
maybe Chris Cavill or something.
I send that to Tanner, not to me. I'm not. I get him. I get you in principle, Tanner, but it's getting too close to those scumbags with the QR codes. You're turning into one of them. The ones in the arena scene that were bidding on that lady. Oh, poor John Voight. He's
Hey,
he's dead.
I'm not saying I'll pay for it. I'm just saying that.
Even better, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not paying for it. To be
Yes,
clear.
it's less sleazy to not pay for
Yeah,
something.
exactly. It's less sleazy not to pay for it.
Yes, wow.
Because then it's just you doing artistic work, and I'm
Mhm.
just admiring your artistic work.
This commentary is not exactly unlike Adam Driver. I don't think this is a vision for the future that we're really selling people. We're presenting
Are they
our
getting married in
utopian.
their car with
They are. They're getting married in the car
Lawrence
and
Fishburne officiating?
yep.
It's an
I mean,
interesting choice for a wedding venue.
all their happiest times were in this
Were
car, I
they?
guess.
I only
No,
remember them having one
they should have
conversation
been married on the rooftop, like with the
on
time
the clock.
stopping.
That clock that clearly was made for a big set piece.
Oh, now we're getting the Saturnalia. See, now it's a Christmas movie. We're watching it for the holidays. We're getting Hanukkah, getting some pomegranates. This is a very Sears commercial for
No, I'll say Whitney Houston is gonna pop out at any second,
Yep.
start singing to us.
Ooh, now we're getting a masquerade, an eyes wide shut party going down. Two people are smooching. I don't know who.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
was
know
about to
who's.
say, who the hell are they?
Oh, I guess this is just a general orgy type thing going on.
I feel like we're at this point we've reached commercials trying to sell you on visiting this place. Like this is
Yeah,
my
yeah,
like
no,
you've seen those Texas and Orlando commercials. It's basically that.
exactly. It's like visit Megalopolis
Yeah.
for your next vacation. I guess this is what like Roman world looks like in Westworld, perhaps. Oh, an Elvis impersonator singing America.
Is there going to be a megalopolis? Oh, megalopolis.
Yeah, this is like goodbye to America, hello to Megalopolis or New Rome. I think that's to be like we're in the future, so America's now kind of a kitschy, old-fashioned thing that like Elvis impersonators are doing. I wonder what Elvis would have thought of Megalopolis if he lived long enough to see it in the theater.
I'll do you one better. What would Walt Disney have thought of megalopolis?
Oh, he would. It's a vision of the future. I mean,
Yeah,
it's
I was
even
about to
better.
say. I feel like he would be very down for all of this.
Better than Epcot and Tomorrowland and
Mm.
Frontierland. I like it more than all of it. I'm putting all my money into making it a reality. In another world, this would have had like Burger King toys and stuff, I feel. Like
Yeah,
there would have been
sure.
more cross promoting and merchandising. Oh, we're almost done with Megalopolis here. It's looking pretty good in the snow globe. Be just unless a kingdom, blah 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 blah. Oh man, things are getting worse and worse outside of Megalopolis, though. I believe that sign was even saying something like "Make something great again." I couldn't read it, but
Oh,
we're just saying it
probably.
outright. Yeah, make Rome great again. It's Murga, culture for the culture. At this point,
Well, maybe Trump wouldn't have won the presidency if more people came and saw Megalopolis.
yeah, heeded the warning of this motion
Yeah.
picture.
Or had associated Shia LaBeouf with Trump.
Yeah, but it didn't go down that way. Didn't
Nope, not
didn't
enough
change.
people saw Megalopolis.
This kind of proved Adam Driver's theory a little wrong that like, oh, if you dream something, it goes into the world and makes the world a better place. Because it's
Yeah.
like, well, clearly didn't happen with the movie
Oh, is
anyway.
that the baby? The baby that we've
Mhm.
not seen and now are not seeing again?
Nope.
This fucking subway chandelier tunnel into nowhere.
Yeah, this feels like the afterlife more than anything. Like, this is them
The
going to the
train
next.
man's about to tell Neo he can't go back to the real world. The baby's gonna turn out to be a fucking bomb or something.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna. Sorry, I had a delayed reaction to that. It's a baby bomb.
I was gonna say it turned into an alien, but wrong
Oh,
franchise.
the baby turned out to be a
Xenomorph.
bomb. Yeah. I guess the baby was conceived before he got injected with the Megalopolis
Yeah, so
goo,
it's not
so
like some kind of megalopolis baby.
yeah, so I don't believe it's part Megalon. This their child. I do think Giancarlo's pretty good in this part where he's kind of just a sad old man
Oh
and
yeah.
like his time's done a little bit, but he's now just like,
No,
hey
I
man,
don't think he's bad in this movie. There's just not
no,
enough
no,
of
in
him
general,
to,
yeah,
because
for
he
it to
just kind
like,
of keeps dropping out. Like you kind of
yeah, but I,
forget he's even in this because he's not a part of it really in the way I want him to be a part of it.
no, for sure, he should have been like trying way harder to destroy. Honestly, I think as much as I enjoy Evil Shia LaBeouf, maybe all of that should have been Giancarlo. I don't
Yeah.
know, like let him be the but I guess he needs to like redeem himself at the end like he's doing now, and that wouldn't work if he was doing that bad of stuff. But oh, now we're getting one of the other best lines in the movie from John Voight here. Oh man, this Caesar and Cleopatra couple's costume is
Yeah,
is something.
it's very on the nose.
Oh, this is the line. What do you think of this boner I got?
I can't even
The
tell.
movie.
Oh, look, it actually is. Well, I don't know if it's actually a boner, but it is actually. Like for a second, it just looked like he
Oh
was holding
no,
his.
it was a trick.
Oh, a fake boner.
Yep,
It's a
it was a
trap.
Jesus.
Oh shit.
Yeah, no, it was all a ruse to
he
take him
lured he lured them in with.
with a boner.
Oh, he shot him in the ass too.
He shot him in the butt. No, we only took
I
out
have a couple
four.
questions though about that.
Oh yeah, I can imagine. That would
For
you'd
one,
have,
I really can't imagine John Voight had the power to pull that bow and arrow back enough to kill a person.
no, he seemed pretty on death's door, but no, he was able to really get a good shot in on Aubrey Plaza. Like Jesus, kind of took her out in one go.
Oh yeah.
And then oh, Platinum, wow, man, she died the way she lived.
Being a weird ass
Seductress lady.
being a weird ass seductress lady.
No, so here he is. Here's him
Did people think he
selling
was
people.
dead?
I think so, because he was recuperating, so I think he left the public eye. He was healing and finishing up Megalopolis here. And some Hitler. I'm glad Hitler made an appearance. This is also very Sky Captain, like the
Oh,
video
absolutely.
of Totenkopf at the end. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like. But yeah, this is more what you want, where he's like now he has to actually pitch all of humanity on this idea. Okay, people are kind of like I don't know, but they're coming around on their faces. They're like, all
Yeah,
right.
sure. They're drinking the Kool Aid.
Yeah. I'm not sure it's his speech so much as just like, oh, cool, you're saying we can all live in this big glowing thing. I'm down. Like
Well, we all
I'm,
need
I'm
housing anyways, so
yeah. Well, I think he's saying it in like, yeah. There's gonna be no debt and there's gonna be universal housing, and it's like, okay, man. Even if it's goo, that's a better world. I'll take it. You
again,
know.
man, you don't have to. If not to get political, but if this presidential election has taught us anything, you All you have to do is say, "Hey, I know this is a problem, and I'm going to fix it."
Not for sure, man.
Yep.
Just you just gotta be like, hey, you want some more health care? And everyone will
Yeah.
be like,
And
yeah,
as long
kind
as
of
the
down.
opposition is not saying that, you're probably pretty well off.
You're gonna be all right. See, you're gonna evolve into a man like that chimp on the wall. Yeah, I'd vote for him over John Carlo.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, he's doing more Shakespeare here. And then little ragamuffins are seeing hope for the future. All right, now that the goo has dried, it looks a little better, a little more appealing. You got the balls from Jurassic World. You can you
I
can
mean, it kind of
fly
looks
around.
like they live in some kind of hive, on some kind of hive planet, like they're about to do war with the Federation or something.
It does look like the bugs from Starship Troopers, their world. Ah, but there's, fresh air, I guess. Even though they're in a dirt, they're in New York, so it's probably not maybe it's cleaning up the air around them. Looks like a toy I had as a kid called the Goofy Golf Machine, which would just roll like a ball around, all these comical contraptions. Aw, John Voight's down.
John
He's pro
Voight's like, I'm ready
Megalopolis.
to go, man.
Yeah, and he's like, ooh. And he also is like thinking about his legacy, like, ooh, if I'm pro Megalopolis at the end, they'll remember me as the generous guy. Uh-oh. The mob's turning on him.
Why is
Like
the
the like
mob? I love how the mobs are all wearing red ball caps. A
yep, to
very
let you know what
MAGA.
lets you know what they represent. Oh, they're stringing him up, him and Nick Cage Jr.
I'm almost positive those hats say "Make Rome Great Again"
They
too.
do. No, they straight up do. Like that's on the posters and everything. Aw. See again, this part kind of moves me, where poor old Giancarlo needs to, just
Dude,
give
just
up
go
on the.
on to the people mover.
He's
You don't
he's
need
so.
to. Why are you? Just walk. Step forward.
It's hard to let go of the past, Tanner. He's
Sure.
still, yeah, he's
You
saying,
can walk
that's
like
why
a normal person though onto the people mover.
I think my friend, when we were discussing it, had that similar problem where, like, he's like, I know it's supposed to be like he needs to finally just, give up on his old ways, but it just kind of looks like he physically can't. It
Yeah,
doesn't
it makes him
more
look
than
like he's an old man at a retirement village trying
yeah,
to
he's
move
just
on to the shuffleboard table.
can't get on to play
Yeah.
shuffleboard. Aw, Lawrence Fishburne made it to the end. And now we're in Dick Clark's Rockin' New Year's Eve with Ryan Seacrest, hosting or whatever. Aw, her gal pals got to come to Megalopolis. Oh, but see, despite all that, he still, just wants approval from his mom. That's that still haunts him. And again, the Star Wars prequel comparison here. This is like the end of Naboo, where they're all celebrating.
Yeah, you're just missing the Star Wars music.
Yep. Natalie Portman's gonna hand Boss Nass that glowing energy ball.
Yeah. Misa think Megalopolis is real good.
Yes, we needed a Jar Jar for this motion picture.
Why are we putting the baby on the carpet?
Who knows? Just because It's a nicer shot that way, but it doesn't make a lot of sense why they do it. Besides, you can frame it. They stop time, but that baby
Well, yeah,
can
because the
move.
baby.
Children are the future, man.
Wait, so they stopped time, and they clearly got stopped as well. Does that mean everybody's in a time
I
loop
think it's
now?
to show that.
And the
I think
baby is the only one who's aware. Oh, that would be a horrible. Like, that's a horrible ending, technically. If this was
no,
an
it's supposed.
R.L. Einstein flick, that would be the
It is,
twist
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
end.
The end of the Twilight Zone where the guy's got the watch that freezes time, but he breaks it at the end, so he's stuck. Everything's
Hmm.
stuck frozen forever. But no, it's supposed to be hopeful. Like, oh, that baby's got the time, has inherited her parents' time powers too.
Dude,
Aw,
what a
for my beloved wife, Platinum WoW.
that that was a movie
Yeah, man, we did it.
with the
I
gracious
get,
collaboration of Roman Coppola.
yeah, his
Is that his
brother,
is that his
nephew.
Roman? Oh, is that his brother or is that his like
I forget
alter
the
ego?
Coppola family is ginormous. Let me see who Roman Coppola is related. He is the son of Francis Ford and Eleanor Coppola. Uh,
Wow, they named their kid Roman Coppola.
yeah, who R.I.P. His wife died this year, which is why the movie's dedicated to her, which is very
Oh,
sweet
that is
actually.
very
Makes
sweet.
makes the love story stuff kind of more, gets you misty eyed. But yeah. Wait, was Dustin Hoffman Nosh the Berman? Oh well.
Sure, hey, something like that.
Anywho, so that was Megalopolis, Tanner. As a new Megalopolis fan like me, what'd you think?
Like
10 out of 10,
I
no notes,
don't,
right?
I, I can't say I hated it, and like
No, nor can I.
I
I'm actually
really think like parts of this movie, much like you, are really really like I guess what I'll say about it is I like the idea of Megalopolis a lot more than I probably like Megalopolis itself. And I
I
do
kind of
think
agree.
it shoots I you know, here's what I'll say. I think it's the most Icarus movie I've ever seen and that it
Oh yeah.
flew too close to the sun.
Yeah.
Like I think the idea is really solid. I think the
Mhm.
setup is really solid. I do like quite a lot of the world building. Like I really like the idea of this like Roman New York. Everybody's
Yeah.
gone back to like we're having fucking decadence
Ba-
and
yeah, and your
Colosseum
bacchanalias and all
fights.
that. Yeah.
But like
Yeah, future America that's like regressed to ancient Rome is like a very cool idea and feels like almost seems like something that would plausibly happen. Like it actually is a good premise.
yeah, like
Um,
yeah, that is super solid and really like interesting and like I do like Adam Driver. I do think Adam Driver's character is really good in this, and I do like the idea of this artist versus you know the working
this old
man and
this old fuddy-duddy mayor who's not getting with the times.
yeah.
Yeah, but then the daughter falls in love. Yeah, like all that's pretty solid as a premise.
But like I
Um,
don't think it doesn't really do enough with that, and like you get the sense that Shia LaBeouf is I guess uniting the common man, and I get the Trumpisms of it, and obviously it's super on the
yeah, those are
nose.
those are hard to miss or whatever. Yeah,
But like
it's
I
not a very
don't he
subtle
doesn't really
thing about
do anything to convey that either. Like I don't really
it.
know why he's the leader of the movement and why he's gotten so many people under him except the implication that he just promised them money because the minute he loses the bank everybody they
Yeah,
string him up. So like
they turn on him. Yeah,
was it
but
all that was his whole premise just oh I can get you money and I can fund blah 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 because again he's having speeches where he's like we want megalopolis is a lie it's you're
yeah,
homeless and but it's not done enough to like really convey what he's about what his movement's about And I think
Yeah,
they
it mostly just
rely.
seems like he's jealous of his cousin for being cooler and more handsome than him, so he's
Yeah,
just like, well, I'll use my resources. And similar, I guess that's Aubrey Plaza as well. She's like, oh, I got rejected by Adam Driver, so I'm gonna team up with Shia LaBeouf and like help bankroll him through my rich, husband to to cause this movement. But yeah, like it's definitely you see it happen, but I don't know if you really get to like feel it as an audience member. It mostly just kind of happens. Um,
yeah. Well, I think
which
that's a lot of this movie because, like, even with the mayor and that whole thing, you don't get any sense of what the mayor's about. Like, yeah, he says he's going to do a gambling thing at the beginning, but
yeah,
then
to
he
show that
doesn't
he's
really say if he's going to do anything else. Like, there's no like, oh, he talks about wanting to put like more utility stuff in and like that services are
yeah,
needed
he's
and
saying you're at the beginning. It's but again, that's all at the beginning. He kind of lays it out like you're a dreamer, Adam Driver. I want to create jobs in steel and concrete,
absolutely.
but yeah, but again, yeah, the movie says it, but doesn't necessarily like show it in the actions of him. Uh, yeah, and I feel that way as well. That it's a movie that like talks more about what it is than
It's
lets
too
you
it's too abstract is really what it
see
gets
what it
down
is.
to. It is a abstract movie that doesn't do enough visually to make the abstraction pretty.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, and there are a lot of cool visuals, but then yeah, there are a lot of like shampoo commercial
well,
kind of
and
visuals.
the Megalon really needed to be something different or something
More exciting, yeah, more than
visually
Flubber.
unique to really like
Yeah,
sell you on the idea that this flubber goop was going to basically change everything.
I agree, and this is getting gonna get into my point, which I think yeah holds it back for me is I think in a normal movie that wouldn't be as big a problem, but it's kind of like a good example is when a movie says this is the best song ever, you already are setting yourself up as an artist for something you can't pull off. And this movie is the idea of this movie is like that Adam Driver's inventions and ideas are so wondrous and amazing that it's gonna like make a utopia just, on that strength alone. And it's one of those
Exactly.
like when you do that, you're setting yourself up to something you are almost certainly not going to be able to live up to. Because yeah, in practice, the Megalon just looks like Dove soap.
Yeah, and
It's
all
it's
that.
cool.
And the only real inventions we see from it is the people mover and the balls from Jurassic World, which
Yeah, you
technically are
get the
not new ideas and were not interesting when they came out, much less
no,
seemed
no, and
feasible.
like you said, it's Epcot, it's Tomorrowland, but just gooier is I
Yeah,
guess the pitch.
which again, like I said, you if you scale back the fantastical elements of this, you really could like it's not really a new idea because I don't know if you how much you know about Bioshock, but Bioshock is kind
Oh
of the
yeah,
same
yeah.
idea that this guy who really believes in like the working man and that you should be entitled for the sweat off your own
The
back.
foot off your neck, as he says in Bioshock.
Yeah,
Yeah,
basically goes and creates his own dystopia, and
yeah,
that
yeah.
that's the whole pitch of Bioshock. And this is kind of the same thing where a guy is saying, "Hey, you if we promote a city that is full of art and is created through artistry, that we will have an Eden because of it." But
Yes.
it's only his art, and it even becomes less like here's another problem I had with it. It becomes
Mhm.
less about his art and more just about the Megalon, which again is not interesting enough
And yeah,
to
portrayed as super exciting or cool.
yeah, because you
Um,
see him making artistic pictures, and like you said, those artistic pictures are so much
are
more
more
interesting.
more exciting than the actual goo that's the end result.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah,
not
yeah. When he's
even it doesn't even really retain like it
hell, even his science fair project, like it's funny, the demonstrate like the prototype he shows her where it's made out of like cardboard tubes and stuff. That's actually more exciting than the finished product in a
exactly.
way. Yeah, yeah. Then
Absolutely. And like it doesn't even
yeah,
become
yeah.
a part it's not even about art after a certain point because he stops talking about the artistic side of it until kind of the end, and just
Yeah.
kind of doubles down on like the megalon of it. That's
Well, because he's already invented the flubber, so it's kind of
yeah,
like that's the end of the creativity. It's like, no, I got the magic goo. I just have to like sell the public on it, kind of. And see, that's where it would be more interesting because the parts I like more in the movie are the on the ground stuff, like his mayor campaign and like when they're having the crazy bacchanal with the pop singer, like that stuff. I feel like if the movie was more about the wheeling and dealing
mm-hmm.
required to like make it a reality, that would be fun.
Or even just
But
the philosophical debate behind it. Because again, I think
hmm,
the beginning is a lot better with it when it's him and them on the stage, you know,
yeah, yeah,
fighting for what they believe is the best route for the city and
totally.
representing their side of it, and then that just kind of goes away for like
I think I agree. I think Giancarlo. It's kind of how I was saying. Maybe he should have been the Shia LaBeouf character, or like combine them into one character or something.
yeah.
Because I feel like, yeah, you're right. Like they set it up as this like big philosophical debate between the two of them. But Giancarlo's kind of just a loser. Like there's not really any
No, we
like
don't know
actual.
anything about his mayoral policies or
Yeah, yeah.
like
There's
what he's
there's no
trying to
conflict
do.
there because he's not really like selling his vision of the world. He just kind of, just is clearly not as cool as Adam Driver, and that's kind of where they leave it.
Yeah, well, and then and if you do that, because it's not like the Trumpism and the whole like that's all meant to cater to the working man. So you just
Yeah, yeah,
have John Carlino as the guy who is fighting for the working man's rights, and the working man doesn't understand this world of artistry and having
yeah.
everything. Why would a plumber want to live in a world where there's no toilets to plumb? And then
Well, totally, yeah, yeah,
you have Adam Driver as the no, no, no. Now that you don't have any toilets to plumb, all of that talent that you've been, that you haven't been able to foster or to look at, you can
yeah,
now promote, and you can
yeah.
do what you want and be the person you want to be. But then you have the mayor being like, well, no, you want to work, you want to provide for your family, you want to do this and that. How can you do
Yeah,
that in
yeah.
a world where you can't be,
Where you're not doing
practice your
anything.
trade?
Yeah, you're
Which
just
again
getting moved,
is
moved around on goo conveyor belts. Yeah, that's the interesting part.
yeah,
And see, what's kind of what they should have leaned more into is, yeah, like to go back to BioShock. BioShock is like the Atlas Shrugged thing where it's more of a selfish thing because from what I understand from my limited playing of BioShock, uh, it's a like we artists are going to go off and make this utopia and close the doors behind us. Like
yes,
we,
they
we're we're
yeah,
we're, we're
nobody's
better
allowed
than the
in.
common man. Yeah, and then it goes horribly wrong. And what makes this a little different is that Adam Driver is pitching this as like, no, everybody gets to come into Megal, like all you poor street urchins are gonna get to, live in my goo utopia.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which would probably, yeah, be an easier sell to the common man, which is why it works at the end. Um, but yeah, like we don't really see that debate like play out because Giancarlo kind of doesn't have a leg to stand on throughout the movie and
No,
doesn't even
because they
really
don't give him
try.
anything. They don't give him
Yeah, yeah,
anything, and like you said,
no,
most of it goes to Shia LaBeouf, which, again, I
yeah.
don't. We don't get anything. We don't get enough of him really to be like, okay, well, this is why this guy has gained this movement, and this is
Yeah, him and
why.
Aubrey Plaza's evil schemes don't even really create too much of a conflict
No, and
for
see,
Adam
Aubrey
Driver.
Plaza is the best part of the movie. I don't know what she would like in a better version of this movie. I guess my best role to cast for her would be to give her more of like the devil on Adam Driver's shoulder kind of thing.
Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
have her take more of the stance, like have him more interested in her, so she can
yeah,
actually
but
like
because
whisper.
he's so virtuous in this movie that
Yeah,
like to your point with the sex tape, like they can't even have him actually have done it, like he was framed or whatever,
yeah, and
which
like, why
is
would he have cared
that
either
is
way? I mean,
interesting.
he didn't seem like
Yeah,
he didn't strike. He a struck me as the kind of guy who would have a sex tape, and
yeah, because
b
he's a lady killer. They establish in the beginning anyway,
yeah,
but then he
and
settles down
b
pretty
struck me
early, I
as
guess.
like a guy who wouldn't have even cared if he had a sex tape out because like why would he have cared? It's not gonna affect him It's not going to affect him
Yeah,
negatively. So,
for
yeah.
sure. Like that's part of it. Yeah, but I guess it's like to let you know, oh no, because he's he's madly in love with Natalie Emmanuel now. So
Hmm.
they're
But I
they're
think if
not
you
doing.
do like if you make him a little bit more approachable and have him be more affected or more swayed by Aubrey Plaza, you could maybe cast her still in the seductive role because I think that really worked for her. Really worked for me at least. But
Oh, for sure. She again is my favorite performance in the movie
yeah,
because it
she's
is
probably
like
my favorite part of the movie.
it's because it's weird and wild and she's like showing it off, but she's also funny and evil. I don't know. It's all good.
Yeah.
Everything there is rad.
So maybe you have her as the kind of person who's like trying to convince Adam Driver to sell Megalopolis to people and like, hey, don't you want to, make money or
Yeah,
don't you want to?
because of the reporter thing, like that would
Yeah,
be yeah, how they that would be a good way of using that in the movie itself. Yeah.
exactly.
And why he's drawn to her in the first place. Yeah, and again, it would be more of a temptation devil on the shoulder for him
Yeah,
than it is.
because he is way too he's both virtuous and not virtuous in this movie because the way they set him up, they kind of make him seem like he's part of the whole decadent
Yeah,
arc.
he's a playboy. He's having drugs and he,
Yeah,
has the sexy times. Like he seems like, a bit of a man about town, but then
but then they kind of
I
turn
guess
around and make him seem like the Pope.
I
So
guess that's the point is that his love for Natalie Emmanuel, like, makes him all pure-hearted and wanna settle down and believe in the Megalon, the magic of the Megalon.
yeah, man, I like the movie, but I also feel it's a massive disappointment in a weird way because like
I kind of agree because it's so big for its britches that it's gonna fall short of it. Like it can't help but fall short because they're
yeah,
it's setting itself up too big
but it
for
also
what it.
makes such I'm not nothing against Coppola
No,
because
no.
obviously he's a great
Yeah, he's
act he's a great
made
writer
some
and
made some big deal
a
movies
great
over his
director
career.
and
Yeah,
this is just my opinion, but like the mistakes made are very stupid to me. Not in a and again,
I
it's nothing
I
against him.
agree. No, like it's a lot of them are almost like for how big and ambitious and how much stuff is awesome in it. I was very disappointed that a lot of the problems are like basic, very
Yeah,
like
like it's so
easy
easy to
fixes. Yeah,
think of like a better version of this movie. And again, I think about a better version of this movie because I'm generally interested in the premise and what he put out there, but like it's not hard to think of like how this could have been
no,
better and how this could have been contextualized
and
more.
especially as a 40-year project. I don't
Mhm.
know. Yeah, like if because he like he said he started writing this in 1979 when Apocalypse Now came out, and it went through all these crazy iterations. In the year 2000, he finished a script for it that got stolen. Like he left it in a limo or something, and it like disappeared. So he had to start over. And I don't know. I feel like after it's been through all these ups and downs in 4 decades, it's kind of like some of these you should have come up with solutions for like way earlier in the process. I feel, but I don't know. I'm being
Yeah.
too mean
No,
to this
I
old man.
don't think like I
But
said, I Coppola is a great director and a great writer. I it's when you get these passion projects, it can be really hard to like see outside of it. And I maybe
yeah,
that's part of the like you get that a little bit with Adam Driver in this movie. Maybe he is kind of like Coppola in the sense that he can't
for sure.
see the he's too enamored with the megala that he can't see the
Can't see
potential.
the forest for the
Yeah,
trees
he
or
can't see
whatever.
the
Yeah,
forest for the trees.
I think so, and that is like what is to talk on the bright side. Like that is some of the better parts of it. Is that as a it's an interesting portrayal of like an artist with tunnel vision. Like Adam
Absolutely.
Driver kind of
Yeah.
pulls off being that. Like no man, I got one idea and it's a good idea, and I don't care what else is going on. So like that fits in like the meta kind of way to what's really going on in the creation of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's cool
Yeah,
for
no, I
sure.
mean
But
it
and like
is
what we're
def
doing now it's a thing where like I really like talking about this movie. I think there's a lot to like unpack, which is, puts makes it a worthwhile
Oh, absolutely.
artistic
That's what I
thing
was
on its
about to
own.
say as well. It's a
But
real
I do think, yeah,
good.
like this is kind of more fun than the movie itself, if
Yeah.
that makes
Well,
sense.
because
Yeah.
it's again, it's so easy to like it lays itself out so plainly in like the first act, but then spends the next two acts completely kind of shitting on what it so plainly stated, to the point where you can kind of like clearly be like, well, this is what you told me you were going to be, and then you really aggressively weren't what you told me you were going to be. So let's talk about it, because like you gave me a really solid pitch in the first like 15 minutes. So where'd that go for the last 2 hours?
Yes, very very much. Yeah, it gets lost in like the subplots of the Shia LaBeouf and the fake sex tape and the then it all kind of becomes just a montage of things mostly working out, because even when he gets shot, like he's back on his feet in a
Well,
few
yeah, and then
minutes.
they megala him, and
He
they
doesn't even have he doesn't even have his Phantom of the Opera mask
yeah,
by
by
the
the
end.
time it's done, it's his
Totally.
face is back to being fine, and they do it with his hair, and like there's that whole thing about, so did his wife actually just randomly die, or was she murdered?
I think she died just randomly in a car accident, but Giancarlo to
Tried
try
to
to destroy
pin it on
yeah,
her.
tried to destroy his reputation by framing him or blaming him or prosecuting it harder than he should have, I guess.
Oh, and we never figured out what the like, was it his wife or was it the ghost of his wife that he was visiting? And if it was just him visiting like the memory, was that where they once lived? Why was there like a laser grid
I
in?
guess yeah, he keeps her. My take on that, yeah, is that it's just like Bruce Wayne visiting Crime Alley and putting the flowers there. Like he's kept their home maybe in like a museum condition under security, so he can just sit on the empty bed and remember the good times. Uh, but she's in the her soul is in the goo. They make that clear because her face shows up all the time when he's scheming and planning how to make the Megalon. So it might be a more literal thing that's like where the energy resides. I don't know.
Yeah. See, I don't. It's there is so much that's so good on paper for this. It's kind of, you know what it is like, it is like you when we watched him do those artistic sketches, and they were really good artistic sketches, but then once it came out it was just goo. That's kind
Yeah,
of a good
the
analogy for this movie, because I bet you
movie
on
itself.
paper this a lot of these ideas sound really good, but
Yeah,
somewhere between imagining them and bringing them to be, something got like lost in the shuffle. So you
nah,
ended up
for
with
sure.
goo.
And I think yeah, like and especially yeah, because this is getting into our aspiring writer bona fides. I feel like as a writer, there's a lot of ideas that like you have a spark about, and then they kind of fall off because you can't carry it past a couple pages or whatever. And clearly, this is an idea that like meant a lot to him because he carried it for 40 years, like didn't drop it. But yeah, it is almost like carrying water in your hands or something. Yeah, it is just goo by the end of it. Like he got it across the finish line, but maybe yeah, like it got a little blurrier as it went on. I don't know.
Yeah, like best intentions, and like how you can
Yeah.
kind of, again, it's the tunnel vision thing. Um, it looks good on paper, so you kind of barrel down that path without really looking on it from the outside looking in.
Honestly, like the way he talks about it on the sketch, Adam Driver's character, but I'm also talking about Coppola in this metaphor now. Like he's drawing like a tree in a forest, and it's like that would honestly be more exciting to look at than the goo.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Exactly.
somehow
Yeah.
it somehow went from these beautiful ideas of like the branches of civilization, and then when it comes out, it just yeah looks like Dove hand soap, just kind of this sparkling like shampoo
Yeah.
concoction.
Well, and the most fantastical stuff of that the Magdala or whatever it was called I already forgot the name. That's how utterly bad
Meganium,
that name
Meganium,
is.
which Chikorita evolves into,
Yeah,
if I'm remembering right.
but like even with that, what was I gonna say? Like the more fantastical elements of it, the dress that can go invisible.
Yeah,
They even offhandedly mentioned that they were using it as a cast for a dog, and it was gonna like fuse into the dog's leg and like completely heal it. But that was like all a blip. The thing that they talked about the most was the people mover and the ball. Like
yeah,
the most boring parts of what that thing does or is capable of doing, and that's what we lingered on the most.
yep. And I think, yeah, if there'd been more scenes of him actually, like, yeah, maybe walking around among the street urchins and healing their dogs with his goo.
Yeah, or even like
Um,
offering it as, because clearly it has some medical application. So
yeah, yeah,
going to like a orphan factory, because obviously in this
exactly. Like
world,
the kids are doing the sweatshop labor. They're
yeah,
they're
obviously in this
losing
kid
arms.
everybody's doing the Oliver Twist lifestyle.
Exactly. So yeah, yeah, maybe he could like fix their broken arms from the machines they've been working, and
Yeah,
that would win him over. Or he could start at the bottom and work his way up. If you wanted to do the class thing, he could have been like his own. He could have been an Oliver Twist orphan who invents this thing and
yeah.
rises up.
Well, see, I
That would
do
have
like
been,
the idea that he's like this,
yeah, like a rich
this
playboy who
rich
starts
playboy
the
who,
Bruce Wayne thing that he
yeah, who
actually starts
leans
getting
like
a
heavily
conscience.
into his
Yeah,
artistic. But see, yeah, that's why I also think the class thing is probably another way that this movie like
got
Icaruses
too big.
itself
Yeah, got
into
too
the
big for
sun,
its
because
britches.
like you don't
Like,
need that. Just make it
nah,
a thing about the working class and the artist, and just leave it at that, and that they don't
yeah,
understand.
just John Carlo as the meat and potatoes mayor versus Adam Driver as the artsy fartsy guy. Like that's all you needed.
Hmm.
Like bringing in the class element, but they don't even really do much with it. So it's like, yeah, man, you bit off more than you could chew. Like don't even have that in there, or have less, even less of it. I don't know. But on the bright side, there are some cool images in it, especially when it gets split screeny or when the hand
Oh,
grabs the
whenever it
moon.
goes comic booky, it's
Yeah, yeah,
always a
that
good
that
time.
stuff's pretty rad. Some of the crazy Sin City looks cool.
Hmm.
Um, I like it when it's just like the political rallies and they're all wearing their like goofy cloaks and there's like the marching band.
Oh yeah,
I'm a big fan of the crazy Roman Colosseum scene. Like
yeah.
there's some
Anything that leans heavily
yeah,
into to
anything
the
when we're further away from Megalopolis itself, I'm
yeah, when
more
it's when
excited.
we're leaning into the Roman side of things, it
That's pretty cool. I like Shia LaBeouf's John Dillinger scene, and yes, even though it's very gross, there is something to him and Aubrey Plaza's
oh
sex
yeah,
scene that's
we
very
love a good we love a good bottom.
very compelling.
Yep.
And yeah, yeah, some of the time stuff gets me all choked up a little bit when they're smooching on the top of the buildings or whatever. That stuff's pretty good, I guess. And
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen a little more of them actually falling in love, because it kind of just happens. But
yeah, they're doing the
that's
flirty banter at the beginning, but then she's pretty much just on board with him like immediately. Uh,
yeah. I
she's
mean,
not she's
it's
not the most
the
she's not the most wonderful character. I will say she's a little under you explored.
well, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And of course, when John Voight says, "What do you think of this boner I got?" That it's worth
Probably
it for that,
one of the best scenes. It's well worth the price of
worth
admission.
it for that alone. Yeah, when he
Yeah,
shoots him in the butt with the arrow is pretty good stuff.
that when it gets Game of Thrones for a second, just suddenly out of nowhere.
Yeah, just being like,
Yeah.
"Hey, I got a crossbow, time to kill my evil family" or whatever. Like that's not
Dude, it
bad.
wasn't even a crossbow. That was what even made it funnier. It was literally a bow and arrow. He
Just a
literally
bow and
had
arrow
a mini bow and arrow underneath his blanket. He pretended that the arrow was a boner, and
to
then
get him
somehow
closer.
he became fucking Hawkeye with that thing, because he wasn't
Yeah,
even shooting. He wasn't shooting it like he wasn't full on drawing it back, and he was also shooting it from the hip. But he was able to hit her right in the
Just
heart,
with,
and him
just
twice
with
in the
his arm
butt.
strength, he's able to kill her in one blow, which is pretty amazing.
It is
And
the
somehow he reloaded fast enough to get like 2 in
yeah
on Shia LaBeouf.
he shot a total of 3, and
Yep.
somehow managed to hit his target every
Yeah.
single time. It was. I honestly, John Voight might really need to get into bowmanship because I'd
Yeah,
pay
yeah.
money to see him continue to do this.
No, no, and then now whenever, when people do like, oh, who would win in a fight, Superman or the Hulk or whatever, I feel like John Voight and Megalopolis kind of a
Yeah.
contender
Yep.
for like, the nerd death battles. He's a strong showing.
Oh yeah. I just to kind of wrap up here. I do think it's definitely worth a watch, especially if you have any kind of fascination on like big ideas and like talking about big
Yeah.
ideas. I think absolute absolutely like a coffee shop movie. Like you go see the movie and then you go have a cup of coffee with
Un-
whoever you saw it with afterwards and spend at
and like
least 30 to 40 minutes shooting the breeze on it.
unpacking whatever the hell you just were
Yeah.
explained or what. Yeah. And again, it's very funny. And yeah, again, to its credit, like yeah, to what I was saying at the beginning, like how you watched Dune Part 2 and then this, and those both came out in the same year is like it's kind of cool that they're like two very different sci-fi extravaganzas. Um,
Yeah. Well,
so
and
points
I
for that.
they kind of both try and do the same thing, and one of them definitely does it better than the other. Because I do think um, Dune
Yeah,
is also trying to sell you on a big idea, um, and
I'm
a
talking about
real like philosophical question.
history and politics and philosophy. Yeah, in that
Yeah,
way. And yeah, and I agree with you. I would say Megalopolis is the better of the two overall.
you would
I
say
would, I would
Megalopolis or Dune is the better of two of the all.
I think we're both on the same page here that Megalopolis is the superior picture overall. I think we're pretty much saying the same
They're
thing
doing
here.
it.
That
He's doing a bit. Don't at him in the comments.
Megalopolis will endure for all time, and Dune will
Don't
be
add him in the comments. I
will
promise
be
he's doing a bit.
forgotten in a week. I would say.
David, they're gonna turn the chat against you.
Hey man, I've insulted the Zack Snyder people. I've insulted Shyamalan. I'll bring it on. I'm burning everything down now. I'm like, you know what? Dune fans,
you're gonna
come
bring
at
on
me.
the Dunes heads to Lisa
Yeah, yeah.
Alagibu. Um,
Come on, bring it.
they're gonna hold the Gom Jabbar against your neck, man.
They are, man. I'm gonna have to but they're gonna put both my hands in the pain box.
They're gonna make you drink the worm blood poison thing.
Yeah, yeah, and then I'll look like Adam Driver with his 7 arms,
Yeah,
going nuts. Yeah, yeah,
you
that'll
won't
be
have the Benny Gesserit training to expel it.
no, no, no. So I'll just roll around on the club, as Adam Driver says. Go
All
back
right,
to the club.
we're just devolving into
Yeah,
Dune comments.
Megalopolis has we've been all Megalopolis out. I think.
Well, I would say that in the end, I would say I supremely enjoyed maybe not the movie, but the conversation that came with the movie. So thank you for proposing this one because
No, likewise. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, this. We need to watch it if nothing else, because I like talking about things with my pal Tanner. Like so.
yeah, it is like if I had to sell anybody on this movie, I'd be like see it with somebody and be prepared to talk for like 30 minutes afterwards about it. And I
Yeah,
promise
yeah.
you'll have a good time if you go in with that mindset.
See it with someone you love and freeze time to talk about it while you
Damn right.
smooch on top of a tall building.
We didn't
That's how
smooch,
you,
but I do love you, brother. So
that's how you gotta do it.
that's a good mindset to have for it.
I think so. Good time to stop it with a good time, a good attitude to go in. It's a romantic movie. It should have come out on Valentine's Day. I feel like it would have made more money.
Take your date to Megalopolis for
Yeah, yeah.
Valentine's Day. They could have made
Learn
a
about love.
popcorn bucket that was the Megalopolis goop turning into like a
Yeah,
heart or
it would just
something.
be like you could eat out of the Jurassic World balls.
Yeah.
Or
Or the Megalopolis like weird Dove commercial room thing.
Yeah. It would be and there'd be little poker table that he and Giancarlo were talking in the center, or or it would be shaped like the Colosseum where
Oh
they're
yeah, or the Coliseum.
yeah,
But
where the lady.
Didn't Gladiator 2 already steal
I
that bucket
believe that was
idea?
Gladiator 2's popcorn bucket. Yeah, was a Colosseum shape.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, I guess that wouldn't work. It would have to be yeah, like either the Megalopolis Goo Room or possibly maybe that swastika stump.
Or the
Pile of buff.
MAGA hat, the
Yeah.
Monarga hat, or whatever it was.
Make Rome great again.
Yep. All right, we're
Anyway.
gonna get out of here. Do you have anything you want to plug, Mr. David?
Uh, Azathoth is out now with Brave Productions. Go check it out on YouTube. It's a cool short film. I'm very proud of. Everybody
Yes.
involved did a good job.
I will put the
Um,
link into the comments so that way you guys can have it and go look for it. It is a good.
and
It is good.
we just recorded a commentary on Almost Invisible, which was one of our best. So yeah, check that one out.
Yes.
Um,
Freaking loved
uh,
Almost
that
Invisible.
wacky ass movie.
That's good. This is the second movie that we've done, which where it's really just to go talk about it because I feel like
Pretty
Almost
much.
Invisible is the same movie.
Yep. Almost Invisible. I think there's a lot more of us going, what? Like we're a little more like distracted by just what
What the
trying to
heck is
even
going
figure
on?
out what we're looking at.
Yeah, I will
Yeah.
say, Megalopolis is not as abstract as I think it wants it to think it is. I
Yes,
very
it's
much got
actually
what was going on.
yeah. It was not quite the crazy art film you were thinking it would be.
No, but I think it thought it.
Um,
I think it thought it was a crazy art film, which again is part of the. I think
oh
it's
yeah,
part of the problem.
I would agree with that. Yeah, because some of the crazy like Spider Verse portal scene where he's seeing the dead wife and stuff. Some of that gets there, but not enough. There should have been more of that. I feel would have helped it.
Absolutely. All right, we're gonna get out of here. It is
Yep.
always a pleasure. We I don't know what we're doing next. Definitely Saltburn.
I think it's gonna have to be Saltburn.
Yes, but
Saltburn or Stay Frosty, the sexy snowman story, whatever it's called.
that might be fucking funny if we do
Either
Stay
way, Tanner,
Frosty.
you doing anything on your feed? Any Vitero games
No,
you've
just
been?
the usual video game stuff. We're doing Mass Effect 2.
Oh, fun.
We're doing Metaphor, which is a really good. It's kind of funny. I Metaphor is a fantasy game, and it is about a it's about a war. Well, basically, the king dies, but he puts in
Hmm.
magic in place that makes the next king's ascension basically a popular vote election.
Ooh.
So
Okay.
he enacts this powerful magic that basically says the next person to be king has to win the popularity of the people. And like there's magic to govern this, so nobody can just BS it. And so you play as a character who is trying to get the popular vote basically and become the king, not because he really wants to be, but because he represents the king's son, the prince, who is magically cursed and can't represent himself. The reason I'm bringing it up though is because one of the premises of that game is that there's
Hmm.
this book that is a quote unquote fantasy book. So it's a fantasy world. So there's elves and monsters and goblins and all that
Oh,
stuff.
cool. So you get your Lord of the Ringsy stuff in the book within the
Well,
story.
so there's a book that that is in the fantasy world that describes a utopia, but the utopia they describe is like a modern world. So it's a fantasy
Oh,
world, but they're
that's
reading.
aspiring to be a modern
Yeah,
world,
that's
kind of.
aspiring to be a
Yeah.
modern world, and there's a big like a lot of the game, or a lot of the people in the game are dealing with heavy class divides. Like there's like 7 tribes. They're very divided and discriminated against. And one of the big parts of the Utopia book is that it goes out right and says, well, there's no discrimination in this world. Everybody is equal. And it's because of that. That's why we're a utopia. The reason why I bring it up is because it's kind of like Megalopolis, and the idea that like wishing for a better world, or like
Yes.
building towards a better world. And what I find so interesting about it in Metaphor is that again, it's a fantasy world, so it has dragons and stuff. But like when they read this book and they talk about this world, there's no magic. The sketches all indicate like a modern day world. So it's kind of like
Yeah,
a fantasy world trying to reverse itself into
into
a
a boring
modern
real
world.
world.
Yeah.
That's kind of that is very cool. I actually like dig that premise a lot. And yeah, and fits in with the megalopolising of the like the vision, having the vision in art is what makes it happen in reality eventually.
Yeah.
Like that kind of, yeah,
And it's
forward
really cool
thinking.
because everybody who reads the book like is hesitant to believe that that could ever happen, but is clearly moved by the art and quote unquote the book, whatever the book's words are.
Yeah,
Um,
like whether they want to or not, it like it kind of gets in you, and you
yeah,
start pushing that way even like subconsciously or whatever.
exactly. So it's basically what I think Megalopolis is trying to say, where art can change things and art can impact things, but it's much more properly conveyed in that because you see the people read the book and even though they don't believe it could ever happen, they're clearly affected by it and changed by it.
Hmm.
Yeah.
That's rad. Yeah.
Yep. All right. We've jabbered enough. But yeah, that's what I'm doing on the channel. We should also. I don't know when it'll come out, but there also will be a episode, at least on the pilot episode of Dan to Dan to Dan. So that'll probably be the next thing we do
I'm
because
I'm excited for that. Where we might just roll into that.
yeah,
This is going to be my first episode of an anime I've watched in quite a while. So we'll dig into that on the Dan episode
yep,
proper,
the
the
Dan to
Steely
Dan to
Dan
Dan.
episode.
But yeah, so that will
Um,
probably be what's next. That, like I said, we'll probably if we go record it
all right.
now, it'll probably come out
Episode one
within
of Duran Duran.
within the same week or the next week after. But I hope you have got if you are listening to this, I hope you have a great rest of the day. Make
Yep,
sure
yep.
you like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. There's a whole playlist devoted to the commentaries. I gotta go back and number them because I kind of want to know what number we're on because I want to plan stuff for like our 10th and our 15th and our
Episode like
20th and
14, 15, something like that. Yeah.
we might be at our we might be nearing like a special of some kind. We'll have
Might
to
be
figure
fast.
it out.
Depends on. I think it depends on if you count Rebel Moon as one or two. Like, because
Duh.
so that's its own can of worms. But either way, we're getting up there. We've amassed quite a back catalog,
Yep,
which
we
is
have
pretty
indeed.
cool. Hmm.
But all right, we're gonna get out of here for now. I hope you all have a great rest of the day,
Have
and
a
I
good one. And
will
as
see
Adam
you on the
Driver
next one.
says,
Yeah,
the dialogue is the utopia. So keep talking.
keep on mega lingoning.
Yep. Mega Man. Bye.